I'm going live. Nobody here so far. Or 5 viewers. Hello, everyone. Let me just share this. Just bloody hell. Hang on. I'll do it on here. Hang on. I've been using Opera. This is why I can hear my own voice in my head. Share. Twitter. Okay, now it should be on there. Let's have a look. Oh, it is good. I'll just switch that off. Right, now come back to Chrome. Hello, Raving King, Rav3 in King, and Edwardian Lady. How are you, Edwardian Lady? Good evening to you. Okay, so we've got 8 viewers. Just wait for a few people to turn up. Hello, the Sound Rookie. Welcome. How are you guys? Hope you're doing well. Rav3 in King. I don't know how to pronounce that. But thanks for joining us. Anyway, all of you, thank you very much. The Sound Rookie, Edwardian Lady, Rav3 and King. Much appreciated. And David Schultz, hello. 1, 2, 3. You can hear me. Oh, good. Daniel G, the raid. Well, I'm not on the raid. You'll be relieved to know. Raven King. Oh, right, Raven King. Right, you are. Nothing as it seems. Hello, Tina. Hello, Tina. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you all for joining me. We've got more and more viewers now, which is really great. And Paul W. Hello. Al McCall, Cloppite. Greetings, all of you. Thanks for joining me. Oh, good, Tina. I'm glad to hear. Glad to hear. The raid, yes. I've been checking the news. There's nobody's been hurt as far as I know, because it has already happened. I mean, the raid was at 3 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which was actually around about 11 o'clock this morning, my time. And as far as I know, there's been no... let's have a look. The main news is there's big climate protests in the US. All right. Obviously, the Extinction Rebellion people, George Soros's guys, they've already got their... there's nothing here about area. There's nothing here on the news about... in the mainstream news about Storm Area 51. I'll keep it open just in case. Hello, Luke Griffin. And hello. Yeah, mainstream news about a news blackout. Yes, in terms of the national news and international news in the United States and abroad, yes, they have, Tina. It's odd. I mean, it's an event which you'd think would be like get a lot of people talking abroad, but it does seem to have been like confined to the UFO fraternity beyond the local area. I mean, I know that KLAS have been covering it because there's on the Mindset group, Gareth was posting some news clips from YouTube, which include like George Knapp and several other people doing discussion, doing talks and things like that. So they've so it was covered by local news in the area in Lincoln County in Nevada, but not beyond it, which is a pity. I think. I think it's a newsworthy item, definitely. I just thought. I just wait for a few more people to come out. Just 19 people now. Oh, Hugo. Hello, Hugo Rune. Welcome. Glad you joined it, mate. Glad you joined us. I haven't done a live stream for a while, have I? Well, I did one about Brexit a couple of weeks ago. I did about 3 Brexit ones. It's nice to have a break from the Brexit subject, you know, especially after I got nicked. End up spending the night in a police station. If you remember, if you saw my video, it's quite a relief to, excuse me, get away from the Brexit issue and do something else just for a change. Of course, I'm going to have to come back to the Brexit issue, but it's nice to have a break from it. I'm going to the Probe conference next weekend as well, so that is something I'm looking forward to. David Schultz, how's the weather in your neck of the woods? Strat of Texas is taking it harder to rain. All right, Texas has had lots of rain. How's things in Maine? Here it's very nice, actually, where I am, David. For the time of year, we've got some very, very warm. It's not excessively hot. I mean, it's like quite warm. You know, it never gets really hot this time of year, but it's warm and it's dry. It's nice because I'm working outdoors a lot, so it's nice. It's not too hot. It's perfect, really. Yeah, Tina. Tina, it's nice where you are too. Tina, I know you live quite close to me, and we've been lucky, haven't we, Tina, with the weather? We really have. Change the camera slightly. That's it. It's better, isn't it? Can you see the bungle? Oh, everyone's going to look at the bungle. I know Paul Armstrong's there. He just wants to see the bungle headboard. It does actually look like bungle. 26 degrees. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? That's quite something. Okay, we've got 25 people watching. And thanks all of you for joining me. I'm just going to introduce you to the subject of tonight's live stream. As always, feel free to talk to yourselves, amongst yourselves. If you want to address me at any time while I'm reading the lead off, I won't be able to answer you, because once I finish the lead off and I go back to the beginning, it's just too many comments, and I don't get to the present ones. It's not much fun. It's not much fun for people because it just takes too long to go through them all. So if you have any questions for me, you might either save them to the end, or you might have to repeat them if you post them while I'm reading the lead off. At the end of the lead off, I'll go back and I'll just get rid of any trolls that appear. For the last two live streams, I've had no trolls, which is pretty good. I think. Anyway, right, Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. Yes. Now, this is quite something. This was actually an interesting thing that was posted a couple of months ago. Oh, it's actually started on June the 27th. And I signed up for it, for I thought it would be a laugh. But it's an event originally planned for today at 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which is 11 p.m. to 2 p.m. British Summer Time, at Area 51, the secret base. This is a facility within the Nevada Test and Training Range. The purpose of the raid, what they wanted to do was they planned to raid the base. It was actually an assault on the base in the search for extraterrestrial life. The person who organized it says, "Let's see them aliens." This was the catchphrase. Let's see them aliens. Now, of course, trespassers do breach the boundaries of Area 51 sometimes. I mean, it's a big tourist thing. You can get tourist buses to the fence line where the signs are saying, do not go any further. You can get... It's not secret those places exist. You can drive down the Groom Lake Road to the edge of Area 51. Once you get there, I always advise you don't cross over that line, because there are security guards called Camo Dudes. That's their names. They're known as Camo Dudes. These are actually civilian contractors to the US government. They work for one of the military industrial complex companies. They are armed, and they are authorized to use deadly force. It actually just says on the signs, the use of deadly force is authorized. If you step over defense line, they will immediately arrest you. They will point their weapons at you. They'll threaten you, and they'll call the local sheriff, and he'll fine you $600 US, and you'll be arrested and you can be jailed. In fact, if you try it again, you can get a $6,000 fine or 6 years in prison. Now, if you're lucky, but legally the Camo Dudes can shoot you once you cross over the perimeter of Area 51. The perimeter defense forces can arrest you. I can shoot you. Legally, they say use of deadly force is authorized. But what the organizers of the Storm Area 51 event planned to do, because it's happened now, luckily, well, I'll come on to what actually happened in a minute, but they plan to overwhelm the perimeter defense forces by sheer weight of numbers, so they can break into the base and see them aliens. There's a really funny video, like a music video. I just posted it on Facebook. It made me laugh my head off of everything going on. Now, the tactics are rather strange. For example, first of all, they told the Area 51 when they're coming, so they're not going to catch them by surprise. And the plan is for the raid this morning was to break up the 2 million people into several different groups. Now, these groups were Kyles with Monster Energy buff plus 10 Berserk, Rock Throwers, Naruto Runners, Clout Chasers, Hyper Beasts, Furries, Crackheads, and Black Ops players. Now, I'm not into gaming. Also, I'm not under 16 years of age, so I haven't got a clue what those terms mean, apart from Naruto Run. Naruto Runners has become quite well known. It's become synonymous with the event. Naruto Runners, this is basically a form of running where you run very, very fast with your arms behind your back and your torso leaning forward. The event was created by Matty Roberts, who is a 20-year-old student. He looks exactly like you'd expect him to look, I can assure you, who confirmed that it was comedic and disavowed any responsibility for casualties if people actually attempt to raid the military base. I bloody hope no one tried it, honestly. I mean, as I said, if these people actually did approach the base in great numbers, I think the Camadus would open fire, and there would be a massacre. They're absolutely an absolute massacre. I really think it's better to campaign peacefully and legally for increased transparency over the UFO issue. And I think now is a very, very good time to do that, because we do have a distinct shift in the strategy of the way the UFO subject is being portrayed in the media. And I've done an article about that on A Panama Voice recently. I might have to do a video about it at some point. I'm going to do another UFO disclosure video, so we'll go to it there. So what I mean is, there's great potential at the present time for a breakthrough that does not involve you risking your life or your liberty. I think this public passion generated by Storm Area 51, it could be channeled far more productively, and I think it will be. Now, what's happened is the thing's expanded, and I'm pleased to say it's expanded into a whole pageant involving several different events in Las Vegas and areas around the base, which are peaceful and do not involve any kind of attempted incursion. There's something called Alien Stock, which is in Rachel, Nevada, and that is Alien Stock is like a rock festival. The name comes from Woodstock. In fact, funnily enough, the Tracy, what's her name, the lady who runs the Little Alien, she's actually had a phone call from the organisers of the Woodstock Festival, wanting her to cease and desist over copyright issues. Although I don't see what it's hardly, is it really copyright to use the word alien stock? I don't know. They've changed the official name anyway, but it's still called Alien Stock informally. There's also a place called Hiko, which is near Rachel, where there's the Storm Area 51 base camp. And as you'll be glad to know, the people there, I was just having a look at a news story about it. Luckily, the people are still there. They're not raiding the base. It looks like there hasn't been any attempted invasion of the base, which is good, actually. Now, there was an attempt to cancel several of these events because they said it was because of concerns of safety, poor planning, legality, lack of infrastructure. Because Rachel is a tiny little place. Rachel, Nevada, only has 56 inhabitants. It's a minute little hamlet, and it's a very long way from anywhere else. So there's the little alien, and Connie. That's her name, not Tracy. Connie, the lady who runs it, is continuing with the event. She changed the official name, but it looks pretty well organised, actually, because George Knapp was there. George Knapp of KLAS, he was there, and it looks very much like Glastonbury or the Woodstock, or one of these other famous rock concerts. There's going to be music. There's going to be an art gallery. There's several people who've written songs about Storm Area 51. It's quite something. But it's really funny, isn't it? It's really funny that oh, it makes me laugh, actually, because Area 51, of course, has never been. It's hardly ever discussed officially, but in fact, this is only the third attempt there's been any official statement on Area 51. But this Storm Area 51 event has actually generated the third official pronouncement from the US government on the base itself. A Air Force spokesman for the US Air Force, Laura McAndrews, said that government officials were briefed on the event, and they were discouraging people for attempting to enter military property. Any attempt to illegally access the area is highly discouraged. Area 51 is an open training range for the US Air Force, she said, and we would discourage anyone from trying to come into the area where we train American armed forces. The US Air Force always stands ready to protect America and its assets. That's interesting, isn't it? That is the third ever historical official pronouncement on Area 51. The FBI is monitoring the situation. Oh my goodness! See, this is. I don't think when this little gimp who organised the event, this little like basement dwelling kid, ever thought that it would have this effect. It would ever generate this much effect. It's quite funny actually that this has happened, because it really has gone viral. It's grown legs, and people have picked it up and ran with it. And why? That's a good sign, actually. I'll come on to the end about why I think that's a healthy sign of the times. But it's interesting. The official government response has omissions and disinformation. It says Area 51. It describes Area 51 as a training ground for American armed forces. Well, it may host training programs, but far more than that goes on in Area 51. And come on, you have to accept, even if you don't believe in UFOs, you must realize there are secret aviation research projects going on there, including the next generation of spy planes, for example, possible aerospace hybrids. That is, planes that can fly into the air and then fly into space and become spacecraft, rather than rockets, which sort of go up like that. They fly up there. There's also been a lot of locals, Nevada state and local things have been stirred up there. And it has an effect on businesses in Nevada, right? And around the United States. It's become a bit of an industry. For example, I was sent an ad the other day for an Optics Planet kit to save aliens during Storm Area 51. And it's a load of things that are in it, including what looks like a ray gun, an alien mask, a survival kit, some kind of looks like a bow and arrow or something, and it's only $9,171, whatever that is in our money. So this goes back a long way. Now the Area 51, of course, is the subject of many conspiracy theories regarding aliens. Yeah, the base was actually set up in 1955 for the development of CIA spy planes, the U-2, the SR-71 Blackbird, and others. And it was never officially recognized as existing. It was always so highly classified that it didn't exist. And to this day, it's used for the government's most highly classified aviation projects. And in fact, it was only in the mid-1990s that the authorities even acknowledged its existence. This is because of the famous Robert Frost lawsuit, where someone who had served on the base sued them for damages because he became very ill, he believes, because of exposure to toxic chemicals. So you get the CIA spy planes developed there. Also, it's a repository for foreign technology, so the government can study it in private. And things such as Soviet aircraft during the Cold War, things like that, would be taken to Area 51. But some of the technology is reputed to be a bit more foreign than that. Debris from flying saucer crashes. And indeed, we can predict that this is where such things would be taken, because we know, for example, that the Roswell debris was taken to what was called then Wright Field, which is today called Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, which is where the technical data section was. Now, that was just before the clampdown came on the news stories and the fake story came out about the weather balloon. But that kind of thing is now done at Area 51. This is why we get the idea that Area 51 is the kind of place this would be. It's not the only place, but it is a kind of place. It's where if there was, I mean, there's no proof that salvaged UFO wrecks can be kept at Area 51, but it's the kind of place the government would keep such artifacts should they be found, and I believe they have been found. I've done many other videos about that. It's not the only one of such theorized locations, but it is the most famous, the Groom Lake Test Site, Area 51, Dreamland. It's a cultural symbol of UFO secrecy and classified science. Now, what's interesting is this guy, Matty Roberts, he's a student. He created the event. It's really interesting because he's a bit like me, actually, as I was many years ago, because he became enthralled when he watched the Joe Rogan Experience, because he watched that, and he came up with the idea after watching that. And I expect it was the programs with Annie Jacobson or Bob Lazar. And, of course, Bob Lazar claims to have worked on alien spacecraft, and I've done an entire live stream about that. Now, do you mind if I put the fan on? It's bloody hot. I'm starting to sweat a bit. It's just hot in here again. Sorry if there's any wind noise on the mic. I'll try to avoid it. But this guy, Matty Roberts, he's known as, in sort of gaming culture, as Smiley Kun. SMYLEEKUN. I don't think he really did not intend it to go quite as extreme as it did. I think he said, if we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens. Naruto Uzumaki is an anime character. Again, it's something that people probably a lot younger than me would know about, but there's no way I would. It's something I've never even heard. I never even heard of this Naruto character until I found out about this. The Facebook event is filled with thousands of satirical posts discussing the best way to break into Area 51 and many memes. Yeah, I shared some of the memes. They're quite really funny, the alien memes. It's great, isn't it? Roberts was worried he would receive a visit from the FBI. My God, do you think? The event received 2 million going and another 1.5 million interested. Now that's because I actually clicked going on that. And of course, I'm not going. I mean, it's a long way from me. There's no way I would go all that way to take part in this. I mean, as much as I'd like to, it's just too far away. I am planning to go to the Roswell Festival next year, which I'd like to do. But it's I've got to save and things like that. So. Yeah, there's a couple of people who've written songs about this. That they're going to be performing at Alien Stock. I imagine Alien Stock is going on at the moment, actually, because it's like afternoon over there now. Rapper Lil Nas X has released a song called Video of the Young Thug and Mason Ramsey of Old Town Road, which is about the planned raid. Now, Old Town Road is one of the nicknames for Area 51. Now, there's a lot of other sort of like a Storm copycat events. They storm the Vatican, storm Loch Ness. I don't know what they hope to achieve by storming Loch Ness. Interestingly, a news story appeared just yesterday about the Loch Ness monster. The day before this storm Loch Ness thing is supposed to happen. I mean, are they going to Naruto run into the water? I don't know. Storm the Bermuda Triangle. They stormed the Education Implementation Office headquarters, that's in the Netherlands, to protest at student loans in the Netherlands. That's funny. Yeah. Now, Lincoln County, which is the local area, which is the area where Area 51 is, there's been an emergency declaration. The county council had an emergency meeting to alert the police and have assistance from the military, because they're anticipating a region being overwhelmed with a crowd of 40,000 people. A spokesman for the Lincoln County Commission said, "We pass this with the caveat that it may or may not happen. We're just trying to do the best we can to prepare for something we know not of. We have no idea what we're going to face, if anything." Now, Lincoln County is where Area 51 is. It's a desolate desert region, and it's about the size of Belgium, actually, but it's only got a population of about 5,000. So it's almost empty, and there's little places like Rachel are in it. 40,000 people is many times the population of the actual county. So they're really worried about that. But the thing is, Area 51 is not actually governed or connected organizationally to these local authorities. It's actually not under the jurisdiction of any civil authority, and I'll come on to that in a minute. Yeah, the Lincoln County only has 184 hotel rooms. The local mobile phone network will not be able to cope with the additional traffic, because apparently you can hardly get a mobile phone is really primitive in various areas because it's just so remote. They also expressed concerns about overcrowding at campsites, petrol stations, and public medical facilities. Both planned music festivals were granted permits by the county. County Sheriff Kerry Lee stated an extra 300 paramedics and 150 police officers will be brought in from other areas of Nevada. The town of Rachel posted a caution on its website advertising attendees to be experienced in camping, hiking, and surviving in a harsh desert environment and have a vehicle in good shape. They advised the town would be likely to be unable to provide sufficient food, water, or petrol to visitors, and expected local law enforcement to be overwhelmed. Oh my God. The website warned that local residents would be ready to step up to protect their property, and it will get ugly. Oh, wow. Now, Rachel was like, it's got only 56 people live there. A couple of them work on the base, actually. There's like there's a couple of alien research centers there. There's the little alien, which I'd like to go to. I'd love to visit that. You've got to go and have a beer at the little alien. So it's all a bit much. There's there's other places where, like in Las Vegas, where things are going on. There's a place called Aliens Are Us in Boulder City, which is 170 miles away from Area 51, and that's got increased traffic regarding fascination regarding aliens. Other businesses around the US have based projects and services on this event. A collection of merchandise related to the event from online retailers was launched. Bud Light plans to release a promotional alien-themed beer and promises free beer to any alien that makes it out, as long as a tweet with the new design gets 51,000 retweets. Oh, man. The fast food chain Arby's has planned to deliver food with a special menu to the event. There's some really funny things as well. Have you seen the Angry Grandma video? That's really funny. It's this angry grandma is this like old thick lady she said, I'm breaking into Area 61. Not 51, 61. I think she could be our secret weapon, because the camo dudes will be laughing too much to shoot straight when she turns up. Funny enough, Facebook, this is really weird, because you know how above the law Facebook are. You know how they keep censoring people and banning people for no reason and putting people in Facebook jail for no reason. They appear to be above all the civil rights in the world and things like that. Well, they've been charged with a breach of the peace just simply for hosting the Storm Area 51 page. It's been deleted now. That's why in that funny video that I posted on Facebook, you see Mark Zuckerberg in jail with the aliens. Now, you got to think about, like, is this just really? Of course, it's a laugh. It's funny. It hasn't happened. Luckily, it has not happened. And I'm pleased it hasn't happened, because I said people will get killed. They will. The camo dudes will kill people who are trying to get into the base. And it looks like no one has actually been harmed with this. You can imagine they probably beefed up security a bit in the area. Maybe the police have closed Groom Lake Road, for example. You can't actually get to Area 51 any other way, because you'd have to run across 14 miles of desert. And you can't do that. It's possible some people have actually died, but they'd have died of heat exhaustion and thirst from running across the desert. But is there actually anything immoral about the thing? I mean, am I actually objecting to this on ethical grounds? And the answer is no. I think it is the idea of invading Area 51 is feasible, it's legal, and it's moral. Now, you may ask why. Well, I'll come to that in a minute. But first, if we're going to invade Area 51, first of all, this is the wrong way to go about it. Telling people, first of all, telling Area 51 when you're going to be there, not capturing them by surprise, is a waste of time. You don't tell them when you're going to do it. You do it by surprise. You make it. You just jump on them and keep your plan secret. Secondly, you need you're running towards the base with your arms behind your back is not going to do any good. You need an organized team with a similar amount of firepower to the defenders of the base, and then you catch them by surprise. And I think those people could succeed in capturing the base. Catch the security forces unawares. Make sure you have a similar amount of firepower, and just move in. I would say because you may think like that's wrong, that's against the law and things like that. Now, I'm not opposed to this, though. I'm not opposed. This is subversive, violent action, yes, but I believe it's lawful. I think it's lawful because of the abusive actions of the government against the people of the world for so long. I think this is classified as the lawful use of force. Now, some of you this may be a bit familiar to you, because one of the reasons I came up with this is because, of course, there's a scene in the book, and indeed in the sequel to this. There are two scenes of it. There's Roswell writing a novel of disclosure. There's a scene in here about an armed invasion of Area 51. And if you read the book, you'll know that. If you haven't read it, it's available at all good bookshops now. Price £10. All right, that's enough advertising, Ben. So yeah, there's a scene in that book where such an armed invasion of Area 51 actually takes place. So do go out and read it if you want to know more. I think it's lawful to invade Area 51. And indeed, did you see that Mr. Agent Cooper interview Richard Dolan did with that old man? Is this old guy in an old people's home? He just lives in he lives in this sheltered accommodation, and he's very old and he's dying. He's very sick. He has like oxygen nasal specs on him, and he's trying to get some messages out before he dies, basically. And he says that when he was in the CIA as a young man in the 50s, President Dwight Eisenhower wanted to do exactly that. He wanted to invade Area 51 with military force. And Dwight Eisenhower, of course, was the man who warned us about the perils of the military-industrial complex just before he stepped down. And not many people paid any attention to him, but one man did, his successor, John F. Kennedy. We know how he ended up. Now, you might say, you might argue it just makes no sense. Why would American forces under an American president invade an American base? Seems bizarre, doesn't it? But is it? There's a very revealing comment made by a man who's the lawyer representing Robert Frost and his colleagues in the famous lawsuit in the 1990s. There was a class action lawsuit by a group of men who served at the base, and they became ill because they had been exposed to toxic chemicals. They've all died now, sadly. But he said this: I don't know if there are any aliens at Area 51. My clients never saw anyone, but it wouldn't surprise me. You must realize that place is a legal black hole. It operates above congressional oversight, above executive oversight. Hell, even the US president himself cannot enter it without permission. One is forced to consider whether it is even part of the United States at all, and might instead be an enclave of some kind of super government. And these are astonishing words, but I think they're accurate. I really do think that place is exactly what the lawyer said it was. So, I mean, if you went to storm Area 51, I hope you're all right. Hope you survived. If you're there now, I hope you have a good time. Enjoy the art festival. Enjoy the music. Have fun, But I'm going to go to Area 51 one day, because there are tourist buses that take you there, and I will take my Hapanmo TV camera if I do. I promise you. But I believe this has been a good thing. I think Storm Area 51 has been a good thing because no one's got hurt, and not only has it raised awareness of the issue of government secrecy in UFOs, but it has indicated there's an already existing level of that. I just think that there's better ways of doing it. I mean, it's a bit of fun, but there's better ways of doing it, and hopefully that there will be further actions of a more serious kind. I mean, the late, great Anthony J. Hilder used to hold peaceful protests at the warning signs at Groom Lake. He used to go there with hundreds of other people, and they used to line up and they used to just talk about it, and they filmed it. It's very, very interesting. I wonder, I was just thinking about whether Matty Roberts, the organizer, actually ever read this book. He might have done. If he hasn't, he'd enjoy it, I'm sure. So pick up a copy, Matty. Just write to me. I'll sign one for you and send it to you. Now, one thing that's, of course, several people have mentioned is that Area 51 is just one place where there's a lot of secrecy. And it's not just in the United States either. It's all over the world. There is Porton Down here in Britain and Boscombe Down. There is Pustin Yar in Russia. And there's many other places in the United States where there are secret bases. There's an entire network of these, what Richard Dolan calls the breakaway civilization. So as I said, though, Area 51 is still. It could be that the aliens have moved. They've moved the aliens from Area 51. I don't know if they were ever there, but it is still symbolic. It's a cultural symbol. It's an icon. It's kind of is a motif of this whole issue, which is why they chose Area 51. I think that's fair enough. Now, is there any connection? This is the last part of the lead off. Is there any connection to other issues to do with UFOs? Because there's been this week has been one of the most remarkable in the history of UFOs in the media. And if you look at remember my video. I mean, I'll do a UFO disclosure video about this as soon as I can. But I did an article on the 17th of September. That's on Tuesday, saying ATIP footage real. It's official. And I talked about the fact that this long quibbled over identity of the famous Tic Tac footage and things like that. Where did it come from? Where did TTSA get it from? Things like that. The US government has now officially said yes, it's real, which is really quite unprecedented, because there was always the question: could it be some kind of hoax? Though, of course, that's not. There are other questions associated with this, which I will be addressing in the upcoming, when I have time to do it, UFO disclosure video, which I'll be coming up soon. I've got other things to do, like I've got a probe and things like that. But anyway, let's go to the questions. I'm just going to go up and de-troll, and then I'll be joining you. All right, guys. So I won't be answering any questions. I won't be, right. Except the Dutch YouTube gamer says, "Can I get a shout out?" All right, Dutch YouTube gamer. All right, but so let's have a look. People have asking several questions about it. Right. All right, Dutch YouTube gamer, please sub. I'll sub back to you. My mother's a Dutch woman, so yeah. Hello, everyone. How are you? Hello, Tonio256. Patrick Resch, hello from Austria. Hello. The Cockmeister, hello. There's another. All right, Nick Pope. Oh, I'll do Nick Pope another day. Don't worry. I'd said a lot about Nick Pope. Did you see my UFO Truth Magazine video? Nick Pope did come up in that. Yes. So hello, everyone. I'll just David Keith. Hello. I can't. I won't. I'm going to have to just sort of. Someone says, "Get me some coffee," because I'm yawning. Yeah, I've got coffee here. Thing is, when I'm talking like this, one of three things happens. I start coughing, I get itchy nose, or I start yawning. But hello, everyone. Crafty Nihilist, hello. How are you? There's not that many comments, actually. I've got 50 people watching, which is slightly lower than usual. So I'll just answer a few questions here. DJ B2, hello. Glad you made it. Is Neptune Returns here, or the dogs? Easy walking the dogs. See, itchy nose. I talk about that, and I've got bloody itchy nose. Hello, Clopite. Yeah, Nevada is 8 hours behind British summertime. No, it's actually Pacific time. Apparently, it is. I got the times right. But I think it's because of British summertime. It's 9 hours behind GMT. Terminate thousands of aliens from Mexico. Build the wall. Yeah, you can't build a wall to keep extraterrestrials out, I'm afraid. Hey, DJ Beecher, you got a picture of the SR-71 Simon Pilots. Yeah, it's an amazing aircraft. I mean, it's a beautiful aircraft. Really, it's one of the fastest and highest flying ever built. When you realise it was actually from the late 1950s, it's hardly believable. Terminate. Matty Roberts had a little talk with the MIB. Yeah. PC Master Race. I live in Oxford, UK. So I'm just now. There's been no media blackout. I don't know if it is a kind of media blackout. I think because as we were saying earlier, it's not been really covered on anything except local news. But anyway, Patrick Resch. I she's saying something in German here. Okay. When Chuck Norris runs at Area 51. Oh, yeah. Terminator says, camo dudes are easily distracted by feeding them cheeseburgers. Yeah. Hello, Paul Armstrong. How are you? Stapev, no, they don't. Stapev, I have done an entire video on that subject. It's called Jews, quite simply. So check that out. I disagree with you there. Yeah, the Janet Airways thing is weird, isn't it? Terminator. It's these unmarked planes that fly from Las Vegas McCarran Airport, and their call sign is Janet. But they take people from Nevada into. They take people from all over Nevada into Area 51, and because it's so secretive, it's the only way you can really get people in there. I mean, there's one bus that goes in there, but you can't take everyone in on the road because there's hardly any roads going in there. So they actually fly people. Yep, that's right, Terminator. McCarran Airport. Mad Monkey Mexican Midget Man says, "Can you rub your head?" Like that. What do you think is going to happen? Will a genie come out of my nose? Gronk Energy says, nothing in Area 51 is worth dying for. I mean, I want to know what's in there, but not that badly. Yeah. Come on, where are we going? Gronk Energy says, "Dumb baldy." Really, you bloody hairy bastard. Get a haircut, will you? Hugo Rune, to this live stream. Martin Pratt, the Dugway Proving Grounds. Yes, that's in Utah, USA, which is another very secretive place, and I suspect there's a lot of stuff there. But of course, it's not as famous. It's very often like this. I mean, when you get a worldwide phenomenon with very local variants in various different areas, one of them tends to become famous, and it tends to become the kind of cipher for the entire phenomenon. For example, lake monsters. There's a lot of lakes all over the world where strange creatures live, very large creatures that no one can quite identify, that are very elusive. But of course, there's only one that 90% of people have only ever heard of one of those. That's Loch Ness. Now, but there's many others. There's there's Champ in Lake Champlain. There's that's in Canada. There's a whole load of really weird things in Lake Baikal in Russia. Oh, there's lots, yeah. I just rubbed my head, Mad Monkey, and Gronk Energy says, "Nice bed, adult man." Oh, thank you. That was actually here when I moved in. It's not mine. It used to belong to Jelly, the guy who used to live in this room, who's left. Nice. Adult man doesn't make his bed. I haven't, have I? Well, actually, what's happening? I'm actually drying some stuff on there. Do you notice those things lying on there? It's just washing. I'm actually drying stuff. Do you see there's like things draped over the top of my cupboard? It's a bit embarrassing actually, but I'm drying my washing. I've done some washing and I'm drying it, and this is the only place I can dry it, which is in my room. I know it's bad, isn't it? I should have cleared all this away before I started the live stream. But welcome to my world, ladies and gentlemen. Mad Monkey, I just rubbed my head. Oh, sorry, this is before you. I think I did it. You posted that before I actually did it. Yeah. Drunk Energy, I am bald. So what? Right. Iron Man Spartan. Hello, Iron Man. Area 51 is a military test site. No aliens. The Van Allen belt cannot be passed. The Van Allen belt can be passed with the right technology, which I believe. As you know, you heard my moon landings thing, but the aliens may well have it. Gronk Energy says, "The aliens are not real, idiot." Yes, they are, moron. See, I respond the same way you do. So you speak to me like that, I speak to you like that back. You want to make a case? I'll make you want to make a case about why you think the aliens are not real? Feel free. I'll be interested to get into a discussion with you about it. Gronk Energy, bald British person. Yes, so... Rub your head, says Mad Monkey again. All right. Look, it's funny how people always say bald when they keep telling me I'm bald. Why do you keep telling me I'm bald? Do you think I don't know that? Do you think I've got this? Look at me. I can see myself. I can see myself in the mirror, all right? Do you think I have this sort of... Look, do you think I have this kind of... I have mirrors in my home. I know what I look like. I'm seeing myself currently on the screen. Do you think I have this kind of self-images that I'm like Leo Sayer or something? I have an afro 3 feet wide. Do you think that's my self-image and you have to correct me? You have to tell me, actually, Ben, no, you don't look like that. You're bald. How can you possibly think I don't know? Why do you keep telling me stuff I already know? Gronk Energy says, can aliens be real if you are a bald idiot? I don't know. If you can aliens, I mean, I think you're a hairy moron, but whether you are a hairy moron or not, does it make any difference whether how is that? Why does that have any bearing on the existence or non-existence of aliens? Q-Nick, hello Q-Nick. Hi, why isn't it dark in the YouTube live videos? Why is it dark in the YouTube live video? I don't know. Can everyone see me all right? At least it's not flickering today. Right. Clopeye, hello. Ben, if I pay for you to visit Nevada, would you go? And who would you take? Yes, I would, Clopeye. If you want to, I'll gladly visit if you pay for me. Who would I take? You mean like in terms of like taking someone with me? As many people as you're willing to pay for. You can name them. It's your money. You name them. I'll take them. The Toast People. We are looking. Hello, Toast People. How are you? Do you have Marmite on you or marmalade? Right. Hi. That's the name. It's just hi. H or H1. When's it going to start? It has actually happened. Actually, you know. HI. Ironman Spartan, Ben, you do you need a moderator? Ironman, thank you very much. I know Dave Altman actually offered to be a moderator. So far, no one's done anything. Then, I mean, if there was a really inundation of trolls, yeah. I mean, the good thing is, any comments that appear to be in any way abusive, they're held for review, so no one sees them until I approve them. I've already deleted a couple actually. But you know, I mean, I think a time might come. It depends on how many people are watching. There's 61 people watching. Obviously, if it went up to 100 to 150, that'd be great. If there were comments coming in like every 2 seconds, yeah, I would ask someone to be a moderator and people I could trust. I mean, Dave Altman's offered, and he's someone I would trust. Yourself, I think I've known you a long time. I'd be happy to make you mod as well. But at the moment, it's not necessary on this particular live stream. But thank you very much. David Schultz says, the executive director of MUFON was asked about the storming of Area 51. He said MUFON does not approve. Valerie feels this is only being done to ridicule UFO enthusiasts or researchers. Right. Now, I thought it doesn't surprise me that MUFON take this position because they are very conservative. They're rather like Bufora here in Britain, the British UFO Research Association. MUFON is Mutual UFO Network. UFO is a great few letters actually because it makes acronyms so wonderful because it's a vowel, a consonant, and a vowel, so you can very easily turn it into acronyms. MUFON doesn't. I think MUFON actually takes a dim view of people who they see as too extreme, and by too extreme it means people like me, people who even mention Area 51 and things like that. MUFON is very much like a data gathering service. It's you can go on a training course which teaches you how to be a proper investigator, and I have nothing against that. That kind of service is very, very important. Proper scientific study is essential for this sort of thing. However, I do sense that they are being I think they're being excessively reductionist. I think they're not being adventurous enough, I think, in many, many ways, and they're trying to maintain a kind of image. So it doesn't surprise me that MUFON have taken this position at all. I don't think the Storm Area 51 is being done for the purpose of ridiculing UFO enthusiasts and researchers, but that unfortunately might be a knock-on effect from their position, from their point of view. In my view, it doesn't. You see, as I just explained, I think it actually could be positive. It could actually do a lot of good for ufology. I've got my UFO Truth magazine hat on, I should say. I should point out that this is not a UFO Truth magazine publication, and I just happen to be wearing it. It's not. It doesn't. UFO Truth magazine does not necessarily agree or support any of the views expressed in this program, etc., etc. The Toast People said his head is super shiny. He needs the hat for protection. Well, you know what, Toast People? That's actually true, and I've explained before on several videos that I always wear a hat on camera because my head is, I always wear a hat when I'm out, so it's white. There's no suntan on it. It is very, very shiny. It's very, very reflective, my head, which I'm rather like Willie Thorne, the snooker player. You know, do you remember Willie Thorne? If those of you who've been following snooker for a long time will know it, that the bright lights of the snooker table used to shine on his head, and he used to white out the TV cameras. And so I'm trying to avoid that, which is why I wear hats. Mad Monkey Mexican Midget Man keeps telling me to rub my head. I've done it. I'm only doing it once. I'm not going to polish it. No, I'm not. Gonk Energy says, bald, piggy, rub and polish. What do you mean? Right, what's all this thing about piggies? I don't get that. Miss Piggy? Rubby tummy. What is this? Is this a nursery rhyme? Gronk Energy and Mad Monkey are reciting nursery rhymes now. Oh, God. Oh, where are we? Okay, rubby head, rub now. Pete Mason said it's not been covered because there was only 100 people there. Lol. Full of YouTuber kids fucking around. Is that right? Is that right, Pete Mason? Because from what I saw from the KLS footage, there was more than 100. I mean, I think it looked like there was about 500 people at least at the Alien Stock event at Rachel. At Heiko, they were just setting up like something else. I don't know how it ended up, or maybe we'll find out later. Obviously, you must realize that in terms of timing, it's actually only just gone 1 p.m. at the actual location, even though it's 10 to 8 here where I am. See what I mean? So I suspect that the day's just started. The party's just started. So we may not actually know exactly everything that happens until much, much later, after this live stream is finished. So, Pete, I think you're going to find it's more than just a few YouTubers. Michael Zabudia. When will the storming start? It's already happened, Michael. Yeah, it's already happened. And there was from what I've seen so far, there was no attempt to infiltrate the base, which is good. Off the Beaten Path said, my name is Mike Oxmall. Well, hello, Mike Oxmall. How are you? I'll try and remember that. Patrick Resch says, what do you think is in Area 51? Why you not storm Area 51? All right, well, Patrick, what do I think is in there? I think there are all kinds of things. There probably there are several aircraft. In fact, I know there are several aircraft because they've been building new hangars, including one which is set a long way it's set 5 miles away from the main campus on the end of the long runway. This is the longest runway on Earth, I should gather. If you go to the Guinness Book of Records, it's not mentioned, but because it's not official, but it is the longest runway in the world. So it's not for normal aircraft; it's for very special aircraft. So I think that they're probably developing new types of aircraft, and I suspect that some of them are space planes. They are aerospace hybrids, which means they are possibly a two-stage aircraft with like a large aircraft and a smaller one on top, which can fly very high and then up into space, or maybe the one on top flies off up into space. There may be something like that. I also believe we know there must be underground facilities there because the number of people who work there are too many for the size of what you see on the surface. So there are underground facilities there where it's quite possible there are things related to extraterrestrials, free energy, secret sciences of various kinds. Shlomo Aziz. Hello, Shlomo. I must say there are a lot of rude people here. Do you think so, Shlomo? I mean, maybe I've developed a bit of a thick skin because of some of the more serious things people have said to me. But I find Mad Monkey and the Gronk actually rather amusing. I don't find them especially intimidating. If you can block people if you don't want to look at their contribution yourself, I suggest you block them. You can do that. If people are openly abusive to myself or other people within this live stream, I will block them myself. Cena. Spielberg's miniseries Taken shows exactly what's in Area 51. Wasn't that good? Yeah. That used to be on YouTube. Is it still on YouTube? Because it's really good. I binge watched it all because I thought it was so good. Taken, yeah. It's not to be confused with a movie Taken. Steven Spielberg. It's Steven Spielberg Presents Taken. It used to be on YouTube. It's very good. Yeah, 2002 miniseries. Oh, it's still there. It's still there. Good. That is excellent. That is an excellent. It's about all kinds of alien things, including alien hybrids and star children and things like that. It's really good. Mad Monkey, I've rubbed my head. I'm only going to do it once. Hello, Neil McFire. Mad Monkey says you own bed, and that bed was here when I arrived. It's very comfortable, actually. The Terminator. Part of the Janet airline planes also fly to and from other airports. They do, apparently. They fly from several airports in the region between various places on the Nellis test range. Not just Area 51, but some of the other locations. Area 51 is just one small part of the Nellis test range. The Nellis test range is huge. It's about the size of Switzerland. It's enormous. Yeah, so it's a lot. Michael Zabudia, it's Storm Area 51 is asking when it will start. It's already happened, or at least the time when it was supposed to happen has already come and gone. Whether they'll try something tonight, I don't know. And Pete Mason says it won't. I hope not, Pete. I really don't. I hope people aren't stupid enough to try it, like I've just said, because they'll end up getting themselves killed if they don't die. If they don't die of exposure in the desert, because actually at night time it gets very cold there. I was surprised, actually. People who go there have been there. They've confirmed this. In the daytime, it's very hot, but at night time, it's freezing cold. Much colder than where I am at night. So they could well die. They could well freeze to death if they go at night time. And if they get as far as the fence line, they'll be shot. I mean, if they try to invade in large numbers, if a couple of them get there, they'll be arrested. If large numbers of people go there, they will be shot. The camo dudes will open fire. There will be a massacre. So, Pete, I hope you're right. I really do. 2IG012. Are you storming? No, I'm not. It's a long way away from me. I live in England, Oxford. It's a long way away from me. I don't think I'd go all that way just for this. I mean, as interested as I am in it, I certainly wouldn't attempt to be part of any attempted invasion of the base, unless it was of the type I described earlier, a proper, organized, armed invasion, as I describe in my book here, Roswell Rising, a novel of disclosure. Oh, shut up, Ben. I'm just spamming now, aren't I? Hello, the Bill 9999. Good evening, the Bill. Right, Isaiah Photo says, Shlomo Aziz says, Isaiah Photo YouTube channel has the latest videos of the live stream of Area 51. Does he, Shlomo? I'll have a look. What's it called? Isaiah Photo. Let's have a look. I'm going to find him. Isaiah. Right. I see him, Isaiah Photo. My God, he looks like Rasputin. Oh, hang on. Let's have a look. Area 51 live. Oh, yeah. We stormed the gate. Oh, what? My God, it's 5 hours ago. Back from raid. Oh, my God. If he's back from raiding, there's some weird videos here called Area 51 Live, The Aftermath. We stormed the gate. We stormed Area 51, back from raiding. We got back from Area 51 raid. There's a whole load of videos here. Oh, I'm going to sub to him. Thank you very much, Shlomo, for letting me know. I'll have a watch through the videos, but I think we can safely say the fact that he got back, I think, is a pretty good indicator that he didn't really seriously storm the base. My guess is that some people may have jumped in a car and they drove down Groom Lake Road, but chances are the Lincoln County Sheriff would probably shut that road. So they probably drove down the road as far as they could. That's my guess. I may be wrong there. I'll know when I watch the videos. But thanks for that, Shlomo. Thanks for letting me know. Bumbalina77. Hi, how are you? Stephen Bliss says, suppose Area 51 is linked to other bases via underground tunnels across the UK. Stephen, across the USA. From what I've heard, from what many people have reported, it is. And again, that comes up in this book here, Roswell Rising, a novel of disclosure by Ben Emlyn Jones. It makes an excellent present, and or you might want to read it yourself. So again, that's yeah, it's so yeah, that's one of the things I've heard about. Yes. Off OP React. Is there a way I can donate? Oh, thanks, you OP. Thank you very much. Can you email me? Well, there's actually a donate button, which I think doesn't work. Some people have had trouble with it. it's on the Hapanmo radio, Hapanmo TV blog. That's hapanmo-tv.blogspot.co.uk. But also, I have a, if you email me, bennyj74@gmx.co.uk. Again, that's on the Hapanmo TV blog. I can help you with that if you've got any technical problems. But I appreciate anything you want to help me with. That's very, very much appreciated. It's not obligatory. This video is free to watch. It's not even monetized. If any ads appear on my videos, it's third-party strikes. But anything, I'm not going to say no if anyone wants to offer to help. So thank you. QNick says, "What's the best alien evidence for you?" Oh, it's probably QNick. My guess is probably the Rendlesham Forest incident. That I think is one of, if not the best reported and best studied UFO events of all time. It's very, very. What makes this unique is that there was such a lot of publicity surrounding it. The fact that obviously that there was an attempt to cover it up quite early on. It failed very early on. I mean, within 2 years of it happening, there were news stories about it. I mean, there was a lot of very good work done by Brenda Butler, Dot Street, Jenny Randalls, Georgina Bruni, and I pay tribute to the witnesses, especially Larry Warren, who was the original whistleblower, and all the other people who came forward. And indeed, some of them are only just speaking out now. There's actually a film coming called Capel Green, which is going to be it's going to be the most important UFO documentary on the Rendlesham Forest incident ever. And I know because I've got some behind-the-scenes information. I can tell you, it's going to be the best ever. It's going to completely revolutionise the research into that particular event, and indeed, it'll have a knock-on effect on the rest of ufology. That's that in my view. If I had to pick one, that would be it. The Terminator says, aliens are also bald. No problem. Some of them are Terminator. The Greys are. Some of the others. Others do have hair. Some the Nordics have hair. I'm actually not an alien. You'll be glad to know. Paul Armstrong, ban Gronk and Monkey Man. They're not, Paul. They've not actually done anything I would call worthy of banning them. I'm afraid. I will if they step over the line. I'll get rid of them. But I've kind of got used to much worse. That I've experienced much worse, and it has given me something of a thick skin. I just find them amusing. You can ban that. You can actually block them yourself, so you can't see what they're saying. David Schultz says, Richard Dolan's latest video on YouTube, US Navy validates UFO videos about 2 days ago. David, I started watching that and I never finished it. There's so much out there because I've just started the 2-hour video by the Black Vault. It's basically about the same subject. So I'm sort of got a couple. It's like having multiple things open at once. But I watched only a few minutes of Richard Dolan's video, but I will watch the rest of it because Dolan's commentary on this has been so good, and so indeed has the Black Vault. I mean, the Black Vault and the Dark Journalist. I mean, I'm sort of like I know they're two different people. I get them mixed up. The Black Vault's been really good. I mean, I think there's been a lot of. I think I disagree more with the Black Vault than with Richard Dolan, but I still find him very. I still find him very interesting indeed. Where are we now? So just flick to the bottom. I will check out when I've done this live stream. Actually, I will check it out. Probably I've got to before work tomorrow. I've got to work in the morning, but I won't stay up all night. But I will work in the morning. Is it treason? Says you're not bald, Ben. It's just skin growing over your hair. Well, I have. That's literally true because I don't wax my head. I just shave it. But I actually have I have androgenic balding, the natural androgenic balding across the top. So that's but on the rest of it, I do shave. Patrick Resch says, I think aliens are real. Why the universe is so big. Stifle my English is not. Sorry, my English is not so good. You're not bad, Patrick. It's better than my German. I know you're from Austria, but I know you speak German there. So well done. Thanks for. You can always use translate, but I think I agree with you. The aliens are real. If you watch my SETI video or my last Swansea video, you'll see I do a whole video. There's many reasons for believing that the universe is full of life. Some of it is intelligent. I believe some of it has reached us. Phil says, you look knackered, bro. Much love from Hayes, West London. Thanks, Phil. I am actually not too bad. I'm sort of... what happens is when I start yawning like that, it's because I'm talking. I think it's because maybe I get a little bit... I think I hypoventilate a little bit, opposite of hyperventilating, because I'm talking so much. Possibly my oxygen levels drop or something. It makes me drowsy. BM 2018. Don't you think Tucker Carlson's soft disclosure and the Area 51 thing is a precursor for full disclosure, i.e. pre-planned? Maybe, BM. Did you watch BM 2018? Did you watch my last UFO disclosure video? It's called The Storm. Because I talk about Tucker's interview with Trump, because he interviews President Trump, and it's very interesting indeed. Because I know that Trump is being cagey. He's not telling the full truth. But I think there may be an attempt here to... Certainly this is leading up to something. Definitely leading up to something, I'm sure. I haven't seen what Steve Bassett has said about it. I mean, I was so busy following Richard Dolan and the Black Vault, I haven't had a chance to see what Steve Bassett is saying. But hopefully I'll get Steve Bassett back on Hapanma Radio, because that'd be really good. I mean, if I do, I might put some illustrations on it and put it on here. Shlomo Aziz says Vegemite is better than Marmite. I've been to Australia and I had some Vegemite and I did think it was good. I really did. Quite like it. Ironman Spartan says, okay, friend, if you need a moderator. Thanks, Ironman. If I do, I will let you know. Much appreciated. DJ V2 says Vegemite tastes weird. It's an acquired taste, DJ. He also says Willie Thorne lost all his snooker cash by gambling. Did he? Oh. He could just kept some of the money. Maybe buy himself a decent toupee for a start. Yeah, it's an acquired taste, Shlomo. Yeah, that's exactly my thoughts. Exactly. Legend Real. Hello. James Tilly Matthews. Greetings. Evening, my fellow truth juicers. Yeah. Is it treason? Says I watched on live stream the storming 3 a.m. That right. 10 a.m. in the UK. It was a joke. Drugged up Shaggy from Scooby-Doo lookalikes putting arse up. Oh, I've got to see that. I really do. I really want to see that. Martin Pratt. There's about 500 people there, Ben, right now. 12:50 their time. I thought so, Martin. Yeah, because I thought so because I looked like that was the size of the crowd. It's more than just a few YouTubers. I mean, obviously, this is like a big festival of some kind. And they're saying about doing the same thing next year, so it could become an annual thing. Nothing as it seems, says 11:52 here. All right, where are you? Nothing exactly. Imagine you're in the area because I think it's 12:50 there, so you're an hour behind. I'm guessing you're like the central part of North America. Brawl Gamer says, say hi to my name. Oh, hi, Brawl Gamer. James Tilly Matthews. Simon Parks' mum is in Area 51. She might be. Funny enough, according to Simon she was actually intently connected to the intelligence services. Right. Stealth Aspect. Hello. What the hell is this shit? It's a live stream about Storm Area 51. Do you think that's shit? Brawl Gamer says, oh, hello. Oh, yeah, Brawl Gamer. I will do. Stealth Aspect says, spell Aspect. Do you know how old that is? Do you have any idea how old that joke is? I'm not even going to repeat it. If you repeat, you yourself have posted it again and again about a dozen times. I'm going to delete all of them except one. I mean, this is something that someone got me with when I was about 5 years old. It really is crazy. It's like, oh, are you a PLP? Oh, you're a public leaning post. Things like that. Oh, God. And if you say no, right, it's a no-win situation, because if you say no, they'll just say, oh, you're not a proper living person then, are you? So I'm deleting all these except one. If you want to, you don't have to repeat comments to me again. The only comments you need to repeat are the ones you may have posted during the lead-off. All right, those are the only comments you need to repeat. You don't have to repeat any others. So I'm just going to delete all these and leave you just one. I won't delete all of them. Just one I will delete because delete all except one. All right, so stealth aspect. I'm guessing you're sort of like you went to school when I did, Jock of Ages, Palmdale, Tonopah, and Edwards. Is that where you are, Jock? That's not far from Edwards Air Force. That's not far from Area 51, definitely. Hugo Roon, we live in a scatocracy. That's a good name because someone was talking the other day about cacocracy, which means basically the same thing. Scat, cac. I mean, it means shit, doesn't it? Very true. Scat, yeah. Freeze Gaming. I'm going to get rid of that. That's someone who is getting banned. Yeah. Marge BLN says, hello, how are you? So Mary J BLN. Hello, Mary J. How are you? I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Graham Murray, greetings. You chat a load of bollocks. Really? Well, it's like these people who keep saying, keep posting numerous comments saying, this is really a horrible video. I hate watching it. And they post comment after comment after comment. And I said, well, it can't be that bad. You've watched the whole damn thing. You spent hours posting multiple comments here. So is it really that awful? James Tilly Matthews. Hello, James. How are you? James Tilly Matthews. I'm too busy having bollocks to shave them. Good one, yeah. Where are we? Martin Pratt. Hello. Give us a copy of your book and you will get a free bus ride for life. Really, Martin? Oh, do you work for Stagecoach or something? Oh, contact me and let me know. BennyJ74@gmx.co.uk. Yeah. Odds and Sods says, me on from the safety of my home. Store Area 51, do it, charge at the military. Odds and Sods, man, that's not fair. That's not fair. Talking about leading from behind. I mean, come on. If you're going to get people, if you want people to do it, get to the vanguard. But, yeah, it's like a Reg from Monty Python. Oh, he's not going to take part in this raid because he's got a bad back. Yeah, it's best to do it. Enjoy yourself at home is the best thing. Or go to one of the rock festivals. That's the best thing to do. James says, do you want my easy yoga for Lycra lovers to the usual? Right. That sounds like the kind of video you couldn't post on YouTube. David Schultz says I should get rid of these people. I mean, I have just got rid of somebody. Okay. As I said, I will ban people if they need banning. But to be honest, I don't think the people you mean are that bad. They're really not. They're just funny. Block if you don't like them, block them. You can block them yourself. If they step over the line, they will be removed. I promise you. Israel Diego. Oh, Diego Rivera. Oh my goodness me. He's got another. Diego Rivera has another incarnation of their name. Let the aliens take over. Can't be worse than the Zionists. All right. Well, maybe aliens and Zionists are the same thing. Bumbalina says, do you think NATO is in charge of everything on this side of the world, Ben? I just think of the Pentuck incident, as there seems to be lots of NATO aircraft involved in that one. Yeah, the NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, it was set up basically as part of the Cold War. The Warsaw Pact was the other side. Now, the Warsaw Pact no longer exists because it's centered on the Soviet Union, which doesn't exist anymore. But NATO still does exist. So the former members of it are still there. They still have this particular obligation to each other. Now, it could well be that the military's response to UFO incidents is organized through NATO. I mean, this is something that came up in Tony Dodd's book about Tony Dodd has had a friend who was involved, who claims to be involved in UFO crash retrievals and people who've been abducted by aliens and mutilated by them. I mean, a really good thing you should watch is Rich Planet, Human Mutilations and NATO. It's a great documentary which really goes into all that. What's more, it's got updates from when Tony wrote his book. Now, Tony's dead, unfortunately, but basically his mate is still around, and Richard tracked him down. It's really good. Richard T. Hall. Do watch that. James Tilly Matthews says, I think Simon Parkes can bring NATO to heel. It depends, James, whether the people running NATO are 25-year-old women. If they are, then I'm sure he can. Diego Rivera says, is baldness part of the alien gene? No, it's just something with blokes. Some blokes get. It's and I happen to have that particular tendency. It's just it's a you see loads of guys lose their hair. Odds and sources charge at the military. Well, like you said, you're at home, aren't you? You're at home watching other people do it. I would say either go, and if you're going to encourage others to do it, you should do it yourself. You should join them. I'm here at home in front of my computer, and I'm saying don't. I'm warning people not to. Odds and Stodds says we need to encourage people to storm Area 51. Well, odds and sods, go there yourself. Put your hands behind your back and run at the place. Or join the furries or the stone throwers or whatever else there are. Oops, we got to the bottom again. Where are we? Bloody, blah. There's 62 people watching. That's not bad. All right, where are we now? Okay. Diego Rivera says, my channel got banned from YouTube for stating that Jewish conversos were part of the Spanish Inquisition. They deleted my whole channel. Did they? Oh. You mean converts? Jewish converts were part of the Spanish Inquisition. They deleted your channel for that. Is your channel gone? I see you got Diego Rivera too. I'm sorry, mate. I really am. That's out of order. I mean, you've seen my videos on censorship and things like that. I'm sorry. Have you appealed it? Give it an appeal. It may take a few weeks, but you'll probably get your channel back. But that's bloody awful. They do things like that. Yeah. Odds and Sods says, I want to see where they're hiding the giant hobgoblins. Well, odds and sods, I do too. But there has to be some kind of, as I say, organized assault by people who know what they're doing and have equal firepower. I would take part in that if someone did it. I mean, I don't have the means to do that myself. I'm British. I'm not armed. I don't have weapons. Fine Productions Limited. Scott Fine. Hello, how are you? I'm very well, thank you, Mr. Fine. Scott, how are you? James T. Matthews. I want to see where Mr. Parks keeps his hair. It's on his head. All right, he's losing it a bit too, but he's not as bad as me. Gamer family. Hello, gamer family. How are you? Lots of gamer people here today. I think this is all part of the Storm Area 51 thing, isn't it? Diego Herrera says, I want the aliens to exterminate Earth's ruling elite. Well, Diego, if they offered, I wouldn't say no. 80833, Sputnik has a live stream, does it? What, that program with George Galloway, does it? Does it? George Galloway? I think that thing with George, is it? Let's have a look. George Galloway. No, there's nothing. The last thing he did was the mother of all talk shows 8 hours ago. No, he hasn't. There's no live stream on Sputnik. Or is Sputnik something else? You mean another Sputnik? James says, has anyone consulted Kerry Cassidy on this? I don't know. Is she saying anything? Let's have a look. I'm glad I've got the browser, another browser. Project Camelot. I don't know. She may be there. I don't know. She lives sort of in California, which is sort of, if you look on the map, it's quite close. No, she's got John Carman. Oh, she got John Carman on her show. I interviewed him once. No, not as far as I know. I don't think, James. No. The Terminator. Area 51 has a huge toxic waste dump. It does indeed. That's where the Robert Frost lawsuit came out, the class action lawsuit by Robert Frost and his colleagues. Unfortunately, they didn't win, and they're all dead now because they were exposed to those chemicals. But it did force the government to officially acknowledge the existence of the base. James Tilly Matthews says, Kerry Cassidy's moon boots are in Dulce, are they? I don't think moon boots would suit her, you know, unless she's on the moon. Diego Rivera says, "Are you going to go out with cheeky girl Ben like Lembit, like Lembit Opik? Oh, he's married. Yeah, he married that girl, didn't he? I can't remember her name, but I've got to look it up because Lembit Opik is quite cool. He was on. He's quite a good guy. He's not Welsh, but he learned Welsh. Learned to speak Welsh. He can speak it better than I can now. But he was on. He was on with Piers Morgan on that program with Piers Morgan talking about aliens. And unfortunately, I think he was not as good as some people they could have got. I'd have done a better job, but they got him in because he's quite lightweight, and of course they don't want to say too much about it. But he has been in relationships with Sian Lloyd, the weather presenter. Oh, I like her, and Gabriella Ermina of the Cheeky Girls. Yes, he comes from Estonia, so like Sandra does. Sandra, what's her name? So yeah, he's cool, Lembit Opik. I like him. He's I think he was a lightweight though to put on bloody TV. But of course they won't put anyone more. They will not put anyone more heavyweight, won't they? They won't allow me on there because I would go on live TV if they want. If someone asked me to go on live TV, I would go there. I definitely would go there. What I won't do is I won't do documentaries. I won't do anything where they can edit me. I absolutely will not. And I'm not going to go out with the cheeky girl, Diego Rivera. But if Sian Lloyd wants to give me a ring, I'd happily go out with her any day. Yeah, nothing. California is where Kerry lives. That's right. Yeah. Although she spends a lot. She lives also over here quite a bit because I know Neil, her partner, lives over here. So. I know him too. I like him. He's cool, Neil. Fine Productions. Scott Fine says, hopefully something happens soon in Nevada. Very boring so far, lol. Well, is it? I mean, I don't know if it depends whether it's the kind of music you like. If you're at one of the festivals, it may not be your kind of thing. I mean, we all have different tastes when it comes to music. At the same time, I mean, if it's boring, then what else do you want to happen? I mean, there's some things, of course, if there was another attempted raid tonight, that wouldn't be boring, but it could be tragic. So be careful what you wish for. If you wish for things that aren't boring, you might get something you don't want. Right. Is it Treason says, all the Discovery type channels are now playing UFO themed programs. Is it only me, or will you all be suspicious when this disclosure comes? Yeah, I mean, it's really quite amazing. I can't keep up with all the UFO stuff in the media. I can't. I've never seen this before. I mean, I think it's to do with the U.S. Navy acknowledgement, which I will cover on another video. I'm going to do like a UFO disclosure video. I might do another live stream. I haven't had time, unfortunately, because I'm preparing my talk for Probe. I probably won't have time to do anything until after Probe, and Probe is next weekend. When I get back from that on Monday week evening, that's on the 30th, I'll do a UFO disclosure video. There'll hopefully be more details by then. But yeah, it's really quite amazing, is it, Treason? It really is. Will I be suspicious when the disclosure comes? Well, it depends what kind of disclosure it is. Is it with a small d or a capital D? And what will they say? If you follow my UFO disclosure videos, you'll know that the possibility of fake disclosure has got to be looked into. And indeed, here I go again. Fake disclosure comes up in this book. The idea of fake disclosure, where, for example, they will tell you that the aliens are bad when they're not. And indeed, that does happen in this book. The government do the disclosure, but the aliens are bad. We've got to unite to defeat them. We need a one world government to defeat them, that sort of thing. That is something we've got to be very on our guard against. Hugo Rune says, scatter is Greek for shit. Right, I will know what to do if I'm ever in an Athens taverna and someone spills some ouzo on my trousers. I'll know exactly what to say, Hugo, so thank you for that. James Tilly Matthews says, Panmo TV is not the worst thing to masturbate to. I don't think I want to know, James, what you're implying or what you are about to tell me. Keep it to yourself, please. Diego Rivera, we need a new version of Independence Day where the aliens win. What? That would certainly make it a better movie than the ones we bloody had, haven't we? Like Independence. I watched Independence Day 2 as well. Do you remember I reviewed it? I did a review of Independence Day 2. Good grief. It was very interesting. But that would, I suppose, that would make it more fun, wouldn't it? That would certainly make it a more interesting film, because the one that it was awful. It was a bloody terrible movie. What's worse, it was hyped up to be something so brilliant, and when I saw it, I thought, what a shitty movie this is. I almost walked out. The Veet said, "You English pig, shut up. Are you an actor from Hello Hello? I'm not English, I'm Welsh. You shut up." Martin Pratt says, "I work for First Bus, Ben. Not sure if they operate in your..." Oh, right, First Bus. Well, Martin, if you send me some money in the, well, you email me bennyj74@gmx.co.uk. I'll still send you a signed copy of the book if you pay for postage and packing. The Veet says, "Shush, shut up. I don't care. Shush." Yeah, you sound definitely someone from Hello Hello. Boss Baby Plays. Hey, Diego Herrera says, "Aliens, please destroy the alien." Yeah, Diego Rivera, from what they've done, like with awful way they've treated David Icke and other people, the way they've campaigned for people to be put in jail, and the way they're the ADL are collaborating with YouTube very, very much in this campaign of censorship that we're talking about. The people that deleted your channel, and they're horrible people. They should be ashamed of themselves. They're slandering people's characters. People like David Icke and others, they're attacking their characters, saying awful things about them which aren't true. And they should, well, I mean, when I say, I've got to be careful what I say for legal reasons, but if the aliens want to help us using legal and lawful means to prevent the ADL doing this, I'll be very grateful. Because the Anti-Defamation League, as they're called, it's ironic, actually, because they're the most defamatory people on the earth. They're the most defamatory organization we've ever seen. They defame people left, right, and center, and they get away from it. The V says, "Shush, you say Nogga." What's Nogga mean? Is that an alien word? Say Nogga. Well, it depends what Nogga means. Is it? I hope it's not. Like grey. I hope it's not. Is it zeta reticulum for something rude? If so, if there's any zeta reticulums watching, and I said Nogga, then I'm very sorry. Taft Derek Baker says, "Oh, Taft, how are you, brother Welsh?" But Taft Derek Baker has made a whole load of videos on his channel where he gets the upper hand on English people, which is what I like, boy, don't I? And it's the Rugby World Cup now. Yay! Government psyops, brother. Well, you read my article on the matter, didn't you? And it is something we got to be. It could be. I mean, I'm not going to say definite, but we got to. I'm hopeful and I'm optimistic, but we must be on our guard, Taff. We must be on our guard, Derek. We must be wary of the possibility of any kind of lies now or in the future. Boss Baby Plays. Did anyone actually raid it? Well, some people claim to have. My guess is, like I said, they got to the police roadblock and that was it. The V says, say N-U-U-G-A. Is that a zeta reticulum word? Nougat. Pardon me, boy. Is that the chatter? Nougat choo-choo. If that song ever gets to zeta reticuli, they'll think we're insulting them and they'll send starships to blow us to pieces. And will they allow us to explain before they turn their ray guns on the planet? But we went, Nougat means it's just a name. Nougat's part of Chattanooga, which is the name of a place where there's a train. Yeah. David says, I sub to you. Say Beantag. Beantag. All right, Beantag. Could you tell me what these words mean, please? Because I don't know what they mean. Because if there's some alien language, I don't know. Scott Fine says, has anyone been arrested yet? I don't know. I know there was 150 police in the area. So they're obviously anticipating some kind of trouble. I know if anyone goes anywhere near the base, they'll be arrested, I'm sure. They'll be lucky because it means they won't get shot. Hugo Roos says, I blocked the Veet. That's fine. I mean, you block these people. I mean, Hugo, I mean, I don't want you to expose you to any kind of I don't expose you to things you don't want to be exposed to. The V says, I sub to you, say bean tar. Bean tar. I don't know what. Now you're just repeating stuff. I don't know what bean tar means. Tina Silver says, NATO is a cover for Gladio B. Yeah, you mean Operation Gladio. Yeah. Operation Gladio is what was a basically an organization set up by NATO in continental Europe. It's a long story, but do watch the Operation Gladio documentary and download it because YouTube keeps deleting it. It was basically establishing terrorist organizations. They said they would stay behind armies. They would act as a fifth column if the Soviet Union ever invaded Europe. But they carried out false flag attacks. The second worst terrorist attack after 9/11 was actually the Bologna railway bombing, 182 people killed in Bologna station. I think it was around about 1980. Now, the group that did it, I think they were called the Black Glove Group or something like that. They were like they were revivalists for the Mussolini regime, apparently. But it turns out they were connected to Operation Gladio. Please watch it. Watch the documentary. I said that word. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. If it's alien talk, I don't know what it means. Boss Baby Plays. My friend Nick broke his leg on his bike. Give him a shout out. Oh, I'm sorry. Nick, get well soon. Stop repeating yourself, V. I can read what you're saying. I'm not... Veet, I am not. If I don't reply to your comments immediately, it's not because I'm ignoring you. All right, it's because I've not got to them yet. So get well soon, Nicker. Shlomo Aziz says, RT is streaming. Storm. All right, RT begins as people gather in the Nevada desert. Life feels resumed. Sure. Oh, thank you very much, Shlomo. Where is it? So RT. I'll go to RT because they had like Rupley were there. The Rupley camera, you know, they were there. Here we go. Here we go. Yay. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's finished. The live stream's now finished. But it's here, yeah. It's here. I can see it. Right, okay. RT Storm. I'll watch that because it's the live stream's over, but yep, there's a video here. Here we go. There's loads of stuff here. Joke turns into frenzy. Area 51 storm is looming. These are all on RT. But there's also like stuff on RTE. That is the Irish network. Fox News. Oh my God, there's loads. Yeah, there's loads, man. There's stuff in foreign languages. Oh, brilliant, man. Thanks very much, Slow-Mo. Once again, you've provided some good information there. Okay. Right. Boss Baby Play says spell NATO. NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. James Tilly Matthews says Gladio B sounds like a fabric softener. It does a bit, doesn't it? Yeah. Make sure Gladio B to give your wools and your cottons a wonderful amount of bounce. Okay, going back again. Where are we? Diego Rivera says, please do not become transgender, Ben. It will not help you pull more. Don't worry, I've got no intention, Diego Rivera, of becoming transgender. I really have not. I'm not even going to lose weight, which would make me trans slender. Okay. Hey guys, I'm going to take a little break. Is that all right? We're going for an hour and a half. I'm going to break a rule as well. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right. Feel free to go and stretch your legs yourself. I'll leave the stream running. All right. You can all have a good laugh at Bungle behind me. Back in a minute. back. Hope you're all behaving. All right, guys. Hope you're all behaving. This I'm just gonna have some of this. Just a bit of wine. I mean, it's a rule I break so often. It's not really a rule, is it? I mean, I often get out. I mean, what the hell? I mean, my rule is that I don't drink while I'm doing my videos, but I mean, does it really matter? I mean, cheers. Cheers. Have one yourself. Okay. Tina Silver says, James City Matthews, new use condition or Gladio B, both are Terminators. Yeah, Shlomo Z says, Gladio B killed people in Germany, Italy. Fact, look it up. Yes. Shlomo, as I was saying, the Bologna railway bombing blamed on this group. I forgot what they were called, actually. I'll just get you the details. This is relevant to things like Bologna Railway. The Bologna railway station. Yes, a massacre in 1980 killed 85 people. It was based on the nuclear armed revolutionaries, who they weren't nuclear, but they were a neo-fascist terrorist group. The group actually denied involvement, and well, it won't say they're on the Wikipedia page, but in Operation Gladio, they explain exactly how that this was part of Operation Gladio. These people were essentially the bombing was a false flag. So that's the second worst terrorist atrocity apart from 9/11. And 9/11, of course, well, we know what that was. So you're absolutely right, Shlomo. Yeah. James says, I know what you mean, Mr. Genius. There's been a drought since I got my breast. There's been a drought since I got my breasts. Oh, I see you're talking about transgenderism still, are you? Oh, dearie me. It's a good job I don't monetize my videos, because they'd be bloody... I wouldn't have a chance, would I? Martin Pratt. I'm sorry to change the subject, Ben. I feel sorry for Larry Warren. He has had to put up with some right crap from SC and Mr. Young over years. I can't wait till Capel Green in December. It's to shut these people up. Yeah, Martin, I do. I mean, I don't know when Capel Green's coming out. As again, it's been delayed multiple times. A lot of people are very frustrated with that, and I'm sorry. I share your sentiments exactly, and as you know, I've been on the forefront of trying to set the record straight on this, and it's a shame. It's a great shame, and that this is happening. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Capel. I'm looking forward to Capel Green coming out. I really am. I think it will. It won't. Obviously, I don't think you're going to get. You'll never silence the true believers. But for people who are in any way reasonable, it'll expose these people for what they've been doing and what they've been saying. I mean, I myself, I believe that's already been done. I've done it myself. So has Gary Heseltine. So has many other people. But Capel Green will, I believe, put the cherry on the cake. And I will be making a special video about that nearer the time. Because as you know, I mean, I have covered this. A good video to watch is my Larry Warren in Rendlesham Forest video. You'll like that. Scott Fine. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. No, that's right. I love Monty Python. Paul Snickles. Hello, Paul. Why people are fascinating about Area 51? Why are we? Well, because it is very interesting. Because it's a secret base. It's got a lot of anything secret, of course, draws attention. You know, what's there we don't know. People are naturally curious. Humans are an inquisitive species, but like cats. Curiosity killed the cat, but it doesn't kill people. It might not. I hope not. So that's the reason why. And there's rumors, there's stories, there's witness testimony coming out of Area 51 that just increases that. I think that's the reason. That's why I'm fascinated by it. Diego Rivera says, let's storm Area 69. What's there? What's in Area? Where is Area 69? Is it the place where where Amazon have their drones, because they're going to have, you heard about the Amazon drone? All the parcels will be delivered by drone. And Scott Fine says, area, blimey, 6,999,999. There's a lot of areas, aren't there? A lot of areas. James says, I see Gladio B more as an overnight soak conditioner. Joe Wolski says, you fucking loser. You. Oh, right. I'm getting rid of you. Iron Man Spartan. Life is more a spiritual battle rather than physical. It's both, Iron Man. I believe that the physical comes from the spiritual. I talked about that on a couple of days ago. I did a show with Caroline Stevens, Seeking the Truth, and we talked about that in detail. Black Sunlight. Hello, Sputnik. Yeah, I've looked at George Galloway's channel where the Sputnik program is. I mean, if that's the Sputnik you mean, I can't see anything there about it. I don't think this is the sort of thing George would cover, actually. Scott Fine. Anyone notice mainstream media is not covering Area 51? Yes. Fine. We've been talking about that, Scott. Definitely. The local media has in the area, like KLAS, they've got a good tradition with this sort of thing, thanks to George Knapp, but no one else is. James says, I believe everything the mainstream media has to say. All right. Well, in that case, I've got some beachfront property in Birmingham you might be interested in, as David Icke says. Diego Rivera, the new Terminator film looks crap. You'd make a great Terminator, Ben. I'll be back. I'm not even going to bother watching it, Diego Rivera. The lack of originality in cinema at the moment is really appalling. So I'm not even going to bother watching it. It's going to be about as good as the remake of Total Recall was terrible. I mean, the Paul Verhoeven original, nothing comes close to that. The remake of Sleuth was all right as a standalone movie, but if you're a fan of the original, I'm a fan of the original with Laurence Olivier. So, Iron Spartan says, "Are you drinking any booze tonight, Ben? I've got some Heineken." You're right. Yes, I've just gone and got myself some wine. I'm just gonna put the bottle back in the fridge. Actually, keep it cool. So if I want to pour out another glass, I can. The Black Sunlight says, Martin Report is live. Oh, right. Now at Area 51. Oh, thank you. The Martian Report. Well, thank you very much. Right. That's a good name. Yeah, Martian Report. That's a good name, Martian Report. Yes, here we go. Real life. Oh, my goodness. Area 51 live. Oh, my God. Hang on. I've got a bloody ad. Get out of the way. Skip ad. Skip. Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, I know him. All right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not going to interrupt the live stream because but yeah, I know that guy. I sub to him. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So thank you very much. I thought he'd be covering this. So Iron Man Spartan, you got some Heineken. Cheers to Iron Man Spartan. James Tilly Matthews, he learned Welsh, yes. Lembit Opic learned Welsh. I think it was I don't know why, maybe Sean Lloyd or one of his other girlfriends taught him. I don't know, because he lives in Wales. He was in the Welsh Assembly. Leon Sharod says, what time's the raid happening? Well, it was supposed to happen last night by local time. I don't know if it's another one this evening. I don't know what's going on. I know there's a rock festival going on. Everything seems to be kicking off there now, and everyone's having fun from what I can see from these various live streams. This is good. People are enjoying the music. There's like a big party at Rachel, Nevada. The little alien is probably really doing a lot. James says, Lembit Opic sounds like a footballer's ligament injury. Yes. That is you could say that's David Icke could have said that, couldn't he, in 1971? He could have said, my football career ended because of a lembic opic. And I became a sports journalist, and then I became what I am today. Shlomo Aziz says, James Lee Matthews, even the Welsh won't talk in Cymraeg. Well, some of us do. Fe allai siarad Cymraeg, ond dim yn dda iawn. Vitamin Spawn. Everyone likes Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, I like Fleetwood Mac. Well, I'm not that old, but I do. You know, they're one of these retro bands. But I don't know if they're there, are they? Scott Fine. I'm hoping everyone stays safe. Yeah, me too. I am. Yeah. Dave 23. Hello. I know you're speaking Italian here. Okay. Can you speak in English, Dave? And Scott Fine says, I'm guessing this event will eventually turn into a yearly thing. What are your thoughts? Yes. I mean, there's already talk about doing that. I mean, Matty Roberts, the organizer, has already said that possibly this could become an annual event, which would be great. Hugo Runes, democracy is scatocracy. Yeah, demos is people, isn't it? I mean, it's a fifth column think tank with Jamie Bartlett and what's his name? Carl Miller work for Demos. But it does mean people. So democracy is ruled by the people. Which is a bit of more, it sounds like an advertising slogan. Dave 23, use Google Translate if you can't speak English. Use the Google Translator, chocolate chip cornetto, and etc., etc. Somebody help him out, would you? David Schultz, they're getting the masses ready for Project Bluebeam. That is, God, you know, that's a possibility, isn't it? The fake alien invasion. Yeah. That's why, I mean, this is why I'll keep these live streams going and maybe do another one. Yeah. James Sidney Matthews, God save her majesty. I think, is that something? All right, I think there's a joke there somewhere. Like Elizabeth Regina, yeah. She's the lizard. She's the lizard queen. JJDA says, hi, Ben. I don't think they will storm Area 51, and I think false disclosure is coming 2020. I hope they won't storm Area 51. If there's 2 million people click going, if a quarter of them turn up, they'll probably be at the music festivals. From what I've seen, only but there's a good 500 people at the festival. Now, there's going to be a few people inevitably who will try it, and I just hope they're just so few in number that they can be arrested and just detained and fined. I really hope there aren't so many that they have to use that deadly force. And as for just fake disclosure in 2020, yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, again, read the book. There's a fake disclosure scenario in fictional form in this book. James says, come home to a real fire, buy a home in Wales. Oh, you know, I've left Wales a long time ago. Scott Fine says, feel free to join my groups on Facebook. Aliens, UFOs, and strange motherfucking shit and headbangers balls 666. Love to have you, sir, and anyone else watching. All right, I'll see if I can find that one. I'll show you if I find it. Have I got a Facebook open? Here it is. Yeah. Aliens, UFOs. That's a great name, by the way. Let's see if I can find it. I've got UFOs and aliens. I can't find it. Scott Fine, do I know you on Facebook? Hang on. I mean, there's probably a lot of Scott Fines. Oh, there's loads of Scott Fines. Look me up on. There's only one Ben Emlyn Jones, so look me up on Facebook and let me know about it because it sounds like my kind of group. It does. Right. Where are we now? Crafty Nihilist. Hello, Crafty Nihilist. Are you both there? I met Crafty Nihilists. They exist, both of them. I did. We thought that, yeah. It's the whole fake alien invasion. It's a thing, isn't it? Yeah. Scott, yeah. Scott, do you just email me bennyj74@gmx.co.uk or get in touch with me on Facebook. I'll just be glad to send you a signed copy of the book if you don't mind paying for the postage and packing as well. JJDA, Ben, when was Area 51 established? In 1955. It began as quite a small facility to develop the spy planes, the U-2 and AR-71 Blackbird spy planes. Since then, it's about 10 times the size as it was when it first was started. The original base was much smaller, which means that it's, of course, it means they're doing other things there, not just developing spy planes. It started off as that. In 1955, they were looking for a place to develop these things in complete secrecy. And of course, it's the perfect place. It's miles from anywhere, surrounded by mountains, almost impossible to reach. Yeah, I mean, there's a good documentary about the history of Area 51. Actually, I was watching. It doesn't go into UFOs, unfortunately. They keep that very quiet, but it goes into the other things. Nothing as it seems says, I'm from California, same time as Rachel, Nevada, 12:30. All right, nothing. 12:30, right you are. Well, thanks for tuning into this live stream rather than going to Rachel, Nevada and taking part in the alien stock. I'm quite proud of myself for upstaging alien stock for some people. Diego Rivera, another interstellar asteroid has just entered the solar system. Yes. I don't know if it'd be the same as Oumuamua, which was quite clear, a long, thin thing, which makes me think it's like a spaceship, and it changed course. Do you remember? So I'm interested to see what this one will be like. Crafty Nihilist, I'm still laughing about your bed looking like bungle. Yes, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, it does indeed. James Tilly Matthews, would you like to get the real issues? When is Tony Topping going to release his sausage roll recipe? Oh, James, if that's a real issue, is it? Well, I didn't know he had a sausage roll recipe, and if he does, I don't know when he's going to delete it. Matthew O'Connor just joined. Hi, Matthew. There's still 58 people watching along, so I'll keep going for a bit longer. I mean, going for only 2 hours, but yeah, let's keep going if you want. James is tea time. James has gone off to get some tea. Cool. Matthew O'Connor says, someone real, what's going on? Well, basically, you want to put it in a few sentences. There's an event at Area 51 called Storm Area 51, which was threatened to be some kind of an invasion by a group of people, but now it's turned into some kind of sort of Glastonbury type rock festival, and I hope it stays that way. James T. Matthews, evening, Mr. O'Connor. How? All right, you two know each other. Cool. John Galt Productions. Who is John Galt? Clean your room, dude. Jesus. You're not Dr. Jordan Peterson, are you? Clean your room, bucko. Look, I'm using it to dry clothes at the moment, all right? Come on, I'm a single guy. This is my man cave. Clean it? You must be joking. I'm a Spartan. Yes, I do have Masonic flooring. You see, can't you? Look. And you know what? It was there when I moved in. Yes. Honestly, it was. And Edwardian Lady says, Illuminati confirmed flooring. Yes. It's not my doing. I moved in here. It's like that, isn't it? Yeah. Mr. Hugo Roon says, interlude, me skinning up. Nice one, Hugo. Have a good puff. I know you like that stuff, and I know it does you good. I remember you saying. But yeah, I mean, this is Illuminati type stuff. I mean, that's just the way the floor was. I mean, I didn't ask for it to be like that. In fact, it was like that when Jelly lived in here, and he I've lived in this house since 2011, and Jelly was here when I moved in. I had a different room. He's moved out. I got this room because it's a bit bigger and more comfortable. I don't know, so I assume it was here before I moved in. James Tilly Matthews says, I have a Masonic flag in my reticule. All right. Dangerous Dan, hello. Dangerous Dan, has he gone for a dump or something? Oh. You're halfway there, mate. You're halfway there. I just had to take a break. Elvis has left the building, but he's back. Yes. No. James says, I can't hear any juicy straining in my headphones. You're disgusting, you people. Hugo, I know it does you that sort of things. Does you know? I hope you feel better as a result of that. Diego Rivera, I'm not reading a UFO mag on the toilet. Oh. All right, I'm just going to remove some more of stealth aspect, saying the same thing over and over again. Who has a very old-fashioned sense of humor. Who seems to think that unoriginal jokes are funny. They're not. So I'm just going to get rid of these. And I said, don't keep repeating yourself. James Tilly Matthews, don't these people storming Area 51 have this sort of thing, really? Have staff for this sort of thing? I think they have probably some kind of, I don't know, people, obviously that they've employed people. The Protocols of the Learned Elders of Chicom says, why are they storming Area 51 and not the Federal Reserve? The thing stinks. If Cass Sunstein, cognitive infiltration, Google this. Oh, right. I've heard of that. Yeah. Cass, it's I can't remember. I did look up that thing, Cass Sunstein, cognitive infiltration. The thing is, like, if they storming the Federal Reserve would be a good thing to do. But then, if they storm the Federal Reserve, some people would post comments like, "Why aren't you storming Area 51?" You see, it's all connected. It's all connected. Protocols. It's all connected, and just because people do one thing doesn't mean they're diverting attention away from something else. It's all sort of all part of the same thing. So, things storming Area 51. If it's successful, you see, if this does if it does some good, it'll have a knock-on effect on the people who are like storming the Federal Reserve. I mean, I've read G. Edward Griffin's book about the Beast from Jekyll Island. That's a good book about the Federal Reserve and where it comes from and how it started and things like that. So yeah, it's very important to deal with that. Yeah. JJDA says, Ben, do you have an opinion on Eric Dubé? He's I've read his Flat Earth book. I had to read it as basically research for the Flat Earth video I did. I think he's a smart talking, very eloquent and obviously quite bright chap. So why the hell does he think the Earth's flat? I mean, watch my Flat Earth video. I don't know. His book is like it seems plausible, but then you look. You have to give it a second look to really think how it couldn't be true. And I've done that, and it's not true. The Earth is not flat. There's a Russian guy here saying hi, hello. I can't speak Russian, sorry. The protocol says the Fed is secret. The shareholders are not known. Yeah, it's the Illuminati. They're working for the Illuminati, basically. Let's go back a bit. Dangerous Dance. It's such a secret. Everyone on Earth has heard of it. Well, everyone on Earth has heard of Area 51. They've heard of the Federal Reserve because it was created when it was created. I think it was 1912, or was it 1913? It basically is the Bank of England in the United States to produce the US dollar, and it's read G. Edward Griffin's book, The Beast from Jekyll Island, because that's where basically it was created by an act of political fraud within the US Treasury, and it's basically it's a financial control system. Yeah, for storm the Federal Reserve. Yeah, that could be the next one. Protocols. Yeah. James says, Mr. Ben Counters of the Nephilim Jones kind will see us through these trying times. I will indeed try to, James. I really will. Martin Pratt, have you seen Unidentified Inside America's Secret History Weekly about the Nimitz encounters? They're interviewing Colonel Holt this week. Oh, Martin, it's just started showing over here. I've not bloody seen it yet. Someone sent me links to like videos of it, and I didn't bloody watch it. And I've got to watch it. And it's really something I've been neglecting, and it's just too many other things to do. It really is. Oh, I'm a member of the TTSA group on Facebook as well. So I'll have to look at that, and obviously I have my differences with Colonel Holt, but I'd be interested to hear what he has to say. I think the Unidentified program it's very interesting. Its timing is very good, considering we have this revelation from the US Navy about the Tic Tac footage. It came out literally a day before it started showing on UK TV. The thing is, Akbat and Hossan have the TV, really. I don't hardly ever watch it. They're always on it. But I will look up Unidentified, definitely. The Russian guy says, what do you think about Run Like Naruto? I think it's nuts, Russian man or woman. I think it's absolutely crazy. It's kind of like, what the hell are the people? Do they think, they can overcome, the camo dudes and the helicopters and things like that just by running along with their hands behind their backs? They would get slaughtered if they tried it. Yeah, it's that racy dance move, says James Cindy Matthews. James says, I lost contact with dancehall. Okay. Not to be confused with demisocracy, says James, which is dictatorship of Demis Roussos. Oh, right. Demisocracy. I don't know him. Who's he? Sounds like a Greek guy. Diego Rivera. Are aliens real, Ben? Are you 100% sure? Or do you want to call a friend? D. Hall, maybe? Yes, I'm 100% sure aliens are real. I don't have to call Richard D. Hall. Both of us have looked into this, and I think, I'm 100% sure they're real. I'm as sure as it's possible to be sure as they're real from studying the evidence. A lot of it has been... Richard himself is a very, very good source of that. James says, ruled by Demis. I'm going back to the bottom. Hang on. James says, aliens are real, Mr. Genius. Have you not seen Mr. Miles Jones' sentient fluid? The black goo, yeah. The black goo is interesting. I mean, I can't go into that in detail, but it's just something. Green Sky 17 says, do you think the British people should storm Peasmore in Berkshire, where Barry King works, seeing one reptilian? No, I don't, Green Sky, because the village of Peasmore itself, the base, there may or may not be the AL/499 base beneath it. I went to the village. I couldn't find any evidence in the village itself, but the gates, the actual entrances to the base are some distance away. One of them is at a place called Harwell, where I did see some strange things, which indicates there's something there which is not on the maps. If you're going to storm that base, you need to storm the entrances, one or more of the entrances. But it's a thought. If it turns out this base is real, then it's definitely a thought, yeah. James says, so long as Barry King mounted on the front of the truck. You are mean. DJ Beachu, that's not an asteroid, it's an invasion fleet. Well, I don't know. It could turn out to be that way. Galaxian, hello. Hello, Ben. Why no super chat? Galaxian, it's because my channel's not monetized. Right. Oh, Scott, thanks very much. I'll just make a note of what you just posted me. It's his email. I will be in touch. I'll just post that there. Thank you very much. Alien Woodstock, yeah. Omega Man says Alien Woodstock. Yes. That's where the name comes from, Alien Stock, yeah. Wesley McKee, have you been to Area 51? No. I plan to go there at some time. I really, really do. Marco Ruggietti, got these Scottish names, they get everywhere, don't you? What do you think about Massimiliano Sperduti? I don't know who that is. I presume he's some kind of chef who cooks spaghetti bolognese or something like that. Or he's an ice cream man from Rome. Please tell me who you think that is. Veles Pascarisi says, Omar. Oh, I think that's that Dutch. Omar Tavoya Ripia. Is that Dutch or Afrikaans? I don't know what it means. James says, I've never been to Area 51, but I have remote view Joanne Summerscale's underwear drawer, Mr. McGee. Oh, right. Oh, James, you can get some pictures. I'd be very curious. What do I think about Valis Pescarese? Welcome. There's a lot of Italians, aren't there, around tonight? What do you think about Mauro de Mantova? I don't know who these people are. I'm sorry. I mean, I was joking about the ice cream man. All right, who are they? Hugo Rune, you just missed my reference to the old fast show joke, to an old fast show joke line. Did I? Oh, I'm sorry. No, I didn't. Marco Riggietti says Area 51 doesn't exist. It officially it does exist. It's even officially been admitted. Scott Fine. They need to storm local beaches here in the US and others around the world and do productive thing. Well, as I said, maybe the US itself needs invading by the United States. It's an ironic thing, but it's what I was just talking about. Gregory Games. Sorry, there's still 58 people watching. It's quite a lot. Why they're not raid Area 51 with all the people is there? Well, there's not enough. As I said, they're not raiding it. I can't quite understand what you mean there. But if you mean why are all the people not raiding it? This is that they're sensible enough not to. They have got like about 500 people. None of them are armed. You need like a proper armed invasion. It has to be invaded and taken over as like a foreign enemy, because what it is essentially. Iron Lion Zionist. Okay, that's a good name. Do you think Greta is an alien who's come to Earth to save us? Is that Greta Thunberg? An alien to come to Earth to save us? I'm afraid not, Iron Lion. I think Greta Thunberg is a vulnerable teenager who obviously suffers from some mental problems, who is being taken advantage of. Basically, that's what I think she is, and I think the people who are doing this are guilty of child abuse. She's supposed to be 16. She looks about 2 or 3 years younger. Her parents are involved in show business, so she's not just this young girl who decided one day to do this speech in front of the Parliament. I think it's all staged. Oh right, Scott, fine. I've got your email. I will send you an email. Okay, and we'll connect on Facebook. All right, Scott. Diego Rivera, Ben, where do you think aliens are really being held other than Area 51? Quite a lot of places. I mean, they've been reported in several locations. There's credible reasons to believe they're being reported. They've been kept in several locations. I think the best evidence, apart from Area 51, or maybe even better than Area 51, comes from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. I think the books by Dr. Irena Scott are absolutely essential reading. She's a scientist and an engineer who actually was at Area 51. She worked there. She's married to a government, an Air Force science officer who was both Area 51 and at Wright-Patterson. So do check out her books. And I've done interviews with her on a Panmo radio. Do check that out. Valpasca Cerisi, Mauro de Mantova. Yeah. James Tony Matthews. Why can't we storm the blonde Nordic space? Well, James, according to Colonel Charles Hall, that's on Area 51. It's near the weather station in the south. Do you ever see the Norwegians with 24 teeth? Tony Capone, do you like most a UFO or a cheeseburger? Depends how hungry I am. Lots of Italians. I don't know. These Italians are everywhere. Hang on. Hugo Roon. Is it flat like our map, squarish, or is it flat round? If the latter, what is the centre and the north and south pole? All right, if you look at the flatheads, right, what they say. You watched my flat Earth video, because I remember you were in the live chat at the time. They believe that basically the North Pole is at the centre. It's a kind of an azimuthal projection. The North Pole is at the centre, and the South Pole is the perimeter. And they say that there's kind of like a wall of ice completely surrounding the Earth. That's Antarctica. And this was in the cake they made at the big Flat Earth conference. It was they had a cake with a Flat Earth map on top, and it was made up of Fox's Glacier mints. Protocols. Yeah, I'll read your comment. Yeah, exactly. I'll read people's comments. I don't have super chat, as I said, so I just read everyone's comments. All right. I don't know. Tony Capone. I can't publish that comment because I don't know what it means. Hang on, bloody hell. Can you speak English? Or if you can't, and use Google Translate. I'll do it just this once. But I can't speak Italian. All right, I can't speak Italian. Detect language. Oh, Corsican. Oh, it's not Italian. Corsican. Okay. Translate to... Okay. To... Oh, hang on. Oh, what's happening? Detect language. Where are we? Okay, English. Who knows how much... Right, okay. It's rude. Where are you? Okay, I'm getting rid of that. Tony Capone, you're banned. I know, because that's why you're writing in Italian, because you thought I would just publish your comments, didn't you? You thought I would just... I'm not going to publish your comments. You are banned. Right. James says, does anyone know where the blonde Nordics have their lycras valeted? I don't know. You better ask Colonel Charles Hall, or he was the weatherman at Area 51, and he's written a very interesting thing. Spotted UFOs, ghosts, and cryptids. Hi. Welcome. Thanks for posting again. James says, when is Tony Topping releasing his aerobics vid? I don't know. I don't know he had an aerobics vid. You better ask him. Read Tuddy, evening Ben. Read Pride and Dignity, Brother Porter. As a hospital porter in the house, I'm not the only one. Brown Sugar Baby says, I wanted to say hi, but now I'm leaving. Okay. Oh, bye, Brown Sugar. Sorry you'll have to leave so soon. But you subbed. Thank you very much. DJ B2 says, when I drink Guinness, black goo comes out the other end the next day. Well, I get that when I drink red wine, but it's not sentient, I can assure you. Yeah, is it? James says, but is it sentient, Mr. B2? Yeah, B2. Galaxian, you should do an overnight skywatch with Steve mumbling. I'd rather shove an electric cattle prod somewhere the sun don't shine. It'd be a lot more entertaining. Oh, Scott, fine. I'll get in touch, mate. I really will. Hang on a sec. I've written down your emails, haven't I? Yeah. Oh, what is all this? Yeah, I was checking stuff. I just thought something. Oh, bloody hell. Sorry, I was just distracted for a moment. Yeah, big DJ, I tend to flush before finding out. Yes, good. Yes, definitely. Scott Fine says, so what are your personal thoughts on Bluebeam? I've done quite a bit of research on it, but I tend to think it's too early for it tech-wise. I think it's feasible that Project Bluebeam exists. I know some people say it doesn't. I think was it David Griffin who said it doesn't? David Griffin was the guy who researched the Black Goo stuff with Alec Newald, who mentioned it in his book, Co-Creation, I think it was called. It's actually not high tech. In fact, it's not even secret tech to project realistic three-dimensional images in space, in the sky. I saw it done at Thorpe Park, and this was in the 80s on a school trip. And all they need is it can be done with laser beams and with some kind of medium. A cloud of smoke will do. It is perfectly required. DJ Beat. Spotted UFOs, ghosts, and cryptids. Do you think Bob Lazar is telling the truth? Yes, I do. I sort of wavered a long time, and of course it's very controversial. I know what Stanton Friedman has been saying. I know what a lot of other people have been saying. I think he is. Yes. David Schultz, Ben, have you ever viewed the 1996 film The Arrival, where the powers that be, yes, were affecting the Earth's temperature atmosphere for extraterrestrial invasion? Yes, I've got it right. I've just been watching it. I think I mentioned it on the last UFO disclosure video. I got The Arrival and Arrival 2. I've watched the first one. It's an extraordinary film. I mean, where do they get their ideas from? It's got the idea of alien invasions and a secret alien presence on Earth, and aliens just disguised as humans, and geoengineering for, as you say, for an alien invasion. Yeah. James says, Bob Lazar is without a doubt telling a story of some sort, but hey, he can make documentary makers sit on the phone all day. I don't think so, James. I think he's telling the truth. For reasons, I mean, I talk about it in my Bob Lazar live stream, if you remember, and my UFO disclosure series. I mean, it's possible he's making it up. I doubt it. James Tilly Matthews said, I was married to Simon Parks in 5D. Of course, it was a long time ago, and he was the perfect gentleman. He got custody of the cats. Oh, he's got loads of cats. He loves his cats, Simon. And you must have been like you must have been a female spirit or something, you know. Fenlander69. Hello, Fenlander. How are you? Luca Gaming and more. Where are they storming? Lots of gamers and lots of Italians tonight. When are they storming? I don't know. They were supposed to do it last night and didn't. Maybe they're going to try it again. Diego Rivera, what about the UFO Antarctica hypothesis? Or has that gone cold? Very funny. Well, after Jack of the Antarctic died, I haven't had any contact with people who really are in the know on the inside. But there's lots of interviews on Project Camelot and Linda Moulton Howe and the Earth Files about that. James says, Bob Lazar looks like a 3/4 Dr. Greer scale model. They do look a bit similar, don't they? Except Bob Lazar, I don't think could bench. He's not 61 years old and I can bench 46. I'm your messiah. Green Sky. Simon Parks did mention that chemtrails are used to detect UFOs, causing a disturbance in the atmosphere coming into our world. Yeah, he said something about that. And that might actually be correct. I mean, the chemtrails have some kind of purpose. I don't believe it's like for climate change control, as we thought it. It has some other reason. But I don't know. James Tilly Matthews said, blonde Nordic gusset sniffing. Oh, God, dearie me. Well, he would say that. He used to use that excuse when he came home late. I don't think it's an excuse, James. I believe Simon. I think I've spent a lot of time talking to Simon privately. I mean, I sort of know the guy. I think he's for real. I think he's an honest man, and he experienced what he experienced. I really do. Martin Pratt says spotted UFOs. I believe. Yeah. That's the channel. I believe Bob Lazar is telling the truth. Yes, I do. Oh, Hugo Rune is enjoying the comments. I'm glad. Iron Lion says, Stephen, show me the money, Greer. Yeah, that's right. Let's go sky watching. Do you remember my impression of him I did in one of the disclosure videos? I think it was the Liverpool one. Do you remember I got drunk? It was a great scene, actually. Me and Richard Wright got drunk, and I started doing impressions of the ex-politicians, and one of them was Greer. Let's go sky watching. That'll be $5,000, please. Sauna Lazellite. Hello, Sauna. How are you? Sorry I'm late. Never mind. James says, all right. Yes, James was married to Simon Parks. All right. I might have been I mean, I don't know who I was in a past life. I might have been a woman. I don't know. DJ, that's right. Bob Lazar's story has not changed. Scott says, can you give my wife Tammy a shout out? I'd greatly appreciate it. And thank you. I'll leave you alone. Oh, Tammy, Scott's wife, hello. Welcome. Shout out to you. I hope you're watching as well. I hope you're enjoying the live stream. It's a romantic thing for you two to sit together, actually, in front of the computer, I think. Martin Pratt, do you think Rendlesham Forest has activity to this day? Because I've watched some very interesting videos there in the last month. Yes. Derek Savory, the guy who's been in a couple of my videos, he and his friends, including Brenda Butler, they often go into the woods and they search for things. I interviewed Derek about it. It's very interesting. And yeah, a lot of weird things happen there. What happened in 1980 is just one. JJDA, Ben, if you could ask an alien one question, what would it be? Oh my God. Why are you here? And of course, that's a big subject, could lead to an awful lot of different, lots of different things. Yes, lots of different other questions. But I'd say, why are you here? What do you want with us? Why are you on Earth? James T. Matthews, of course, you can't move for documentary makers. There are a lot of documentaries coming out. That's true. They seem to be a cluster of them, James. But that's good. Sharada says, hi, I'm from Italy. Not another one. Oh, well, welcome anyway. Bienvenido, chocolate chip cornetto and all that sort of thing. Don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against Italians. It's just there's a lot of them here. They're talking their own language, which I don't speak. I've just had to ban one of them because they were swearing at me in a language I can't speak. But anyway, Diego Rivera, do you think aliens have ears, Ben? Well, some of them do. Some of them appear not to have any ears, where you have ears in the same place, the same equivalent place. However, there's like it seems that they have no problem hearing as such. Some of them know how to communicate telepathically. Scott says, Tammy says hi. Oh, all right. You're welcome, Tammy. Spotted UFOs, Ghosts and Cryptids. Have you watched Project Blue Book? Yes, I have. And I've done several videos on it. Please check my channel. I think it's an extraordinary series. Diego Rivera, what can you tell about alien anatomy, Ben? Diego Rivera, which aliens? I mean, there's so many of them. Some of them are very humanoid, and obviously I have the same anatomy we do. We're very similar. Others, of course, like the mantids and things, and they're very, I don't know. I don't think anyone knows apart from alien doctors. Oh, what's the time? 9:20. Gerarda says, why isn't there a real live from Nevada? Every live is a loop. Really? Is that right? I've not found one. Some people are saying, Gerarda, some people are saying there are real live streams. Johnny Webb, hello. How are you? Diego Rivera, if you ask why are you here to aliens, they could start a fight. Would it not be better to offer them a cup of tea? Well, I might do, Diego, like the lady on Jeremy Beadles. You know, that was quite funny, that. But, yeah, I would like to know. I would offer them a cup of tea. I don't know if they can drink it. It might be poison to them. But I would offer them a cup of tea. And then I'd ask them why they were here. I'd ask them, I want to ask loads of questions of aliens. James says, I'm sorry, but Richard Dolan just doesn't give me a soggy valve. I don't know what you mean by soggy valve, but is that good or bad? Martin Pratt, what happened to that film with Lawrence Fishburne? What, The Matrix? Which one? He's been in lots of films. Some very good films, actually. About Rendlesham, Martin Pratt. What, Lawrence Fishburne has been in a film about Rendlesham, has he? What film's that? Let me know. Sharada says, I'd love to speak with you. Oh, thanks, Sharada. I mean, I can't take phone calls from everyone, but feel free to speak to me here. Johnny Webb is in London playing it safe. Yes, definitely. A Russian person says, hello, I'm from Russia. Welcome, Russian person. James C. Matthews, surely Larry Warren has a signed copy of it. What's that? A film with Lawrence Fishburne about Rendlesham. I've not seen. There's not many films. There were a couple of films about Rendlesham. None of them have Lawrence Fishburne in. There's always talk about producing like a movie about Rendlesham. Nothing's come of it. I mean, Gary Heseltine actually wrote a screenplay once, which was never. He couldn't manage to get it sorted out. But Lawrence Fishburne's been in some great movies. He was in The Matrix, of course, Apocalypse Now. He's a really good actor. He played Ike Turner. Do you remember in that the Tina Turner story? And he could play because he plays good guys a lot, like Morpheus. But he played a great bad guy in that. Do you remember Ike Turner was really abusive to Tina, his wife. He beat her up and raped her and things like that. And he really plays a really evil. He's really evil in it. He really is. We have now another Russian person saying something Russian. Look, can you speak English? Oh, I've got to run this through Translate again. All right, hang on. Because I can't speak. I had someone speaking in Corsican. Right, okay. Okay, I'm going to fire eggs. Are you? All right. You're going to fire eggs. Okay. Sauna says, Ben, have you discussed Justin Trudeau yet and about how his obsession with blacking up has just put the left-wing liberals in a tailspin trying to make excuses for his action? I haven't, Sauna, but I have seen that. I haven't had time to actually say anything about it. But it's just typical of the double standards of the globalists. I mean, Justin Trudeau is a horrible little soy boy. I mean, he's a disgusting person. Can't stand him. And, of course, he's two-faced because he's like this hero of the left. But, of course, he does things like very politically incorrect things like blacking up. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with blacking up. I did. Do you remember my video about Obama and disclosure? I actually had to take it down. It was blocked. It was banned, but I included it in one of my UFO disclosure videos. I won't say which one, because otherwise YouTube will probably ban that as well. But I don't think there's anything particularly racist or offensive about putting on blackface makeup. You'd have to, Al Jolson, you'd have to demonize. But it's the double standards I don't like. It's the two-faced nature of him, and of course all his left-wing supporters again, they're trying to make excuses, just like Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, do you remember when the Monica Lewinsky thing came out? Stefan Molyneux talks about this. Here we have a young, vulnerable, working-class woman in the White House, basically just doing an internship, which is basically just like an educational, vocational job. And she's basically taken advantage of sexually, as you could describe it, by a man who's not only much older than her and more worldly wise and less naive, but he happens to be the president of the United States. And what Stefan Molyneux said, when I saw this, I thought the feminists are going to have a field day. This is the ultimate Lord of the Manor pinching the maid's ass, isn't it? But they never said a word. They never said a word because Bill Clinton is a left-wing hero. If Trump did that, they would have apoplexy, as they would if Trump had done this blackface thing. So this is the double standards, which are all over, all of it, yeah. Martin Pratt says he's making it. And now this is Lawrence Fishburne's film about Rendlesham. I'll look that up, actually. I should have. I won't ask. Hang on. Let's just have a look. Let's have a look. I'll just put here Lawrence Fishburne, Rendlesham. Oh, it's already come up. Lawrence Fishburne, Rendlesham. Yes, it's on the BBC. Oh my goodness. Lawrence Fishburne to help retell the Rendlesham UFO mystery. A Hollywood legend is to star in a television drama series inspired by the alien encounter at Suffolk. Oh, right. See, it's not a movie, it's a TV series. The London-based firm says it will tell the story. It will be directed by Joe Ahern. And it's, right, yeah. So he's going to be in it, right. Well, I'll be curious to see that. But thanks for letting me know. It's in production, right. Yeah. Johnny Cake says, why are all the live stream English knobs? If you look, you call me a knob if you want, but don't get my nationality wrong. I'm a Welsh knob. Gerard, I'm in Oxford, England. We have a Russian guy again. Hugo Rune, have you seen a chat on the A51 live stream? Very deep. I haven't. Is there a Area 51 live stream? Which one? Hugo, which Area 51 live stream do you mean? James says, we've been infiltrated by Ruskies. Yeah, we have. Ruskies and Wops. Sorry, Italian gentlemen and ladies. We got a lot of... we got more Russian here. Hang on. What's this? Why can't you guys use Google Translate and save me the bother? If this goes on, I'm just going to have to delete... Look, if it takes too much time, I'm going to have to delete foreign language text. Okay. What? Right. It's Belarusian. Sorry. Something. Oh, right. I don't know what that means. It's not. It's untranslatable. So it's Belarusian, not Russian. For people from Belarus. But look, I'll do. All right. I'm just going to do this a couple more times. Then I'm going to have to start deleting text in foreign languages. Okay. Do you rummage in English? I don't know. Johnny Webb, is it the film where he plays a Dr. Troy? No. Diego Rivera, where did the Roswell aliens come from? I don't know. Not Earth. That's all I know. Not Earth. DJ, the film is in pre-production. It's called Rendlesham. Thanks, DJ. I'll make sure I look into that. Yeah. Look, I'm sorry, the Belarusian person. Like, I'm going to have to delete your stuff. I'm sorry because I don't know what it says. And it could be like rude. We've already had an Italian person insulting me in their own language. So I'm gonna delete if you don't post in English, I'm gonna delete your comments. I'm sorry because your comments might be perfectly harmless, but I don't have time to keep translating them. You translate them. Martin Pratt. I think it was a documentary. Yeah, right. I'm not sure. It's some kind of film. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but Johnny Cakes, are you going to sit on that tinfoil cone later? No, I'm not. I want to keep it in shape, Johnny, because I like it. I mean, I've been thinking of getting rid of it, but it's become kind of part of my scenery, and everyone says I should keep it. And as you know, I wore it, and if you watch regularly, you'll know I wore it at Dreaming Saucers. Roswell aliens came from Grimsby, did they? All right. Karina Marmina, says the Belarusian person. Thanks. Look, I don't know what you're talking about. Green Sky says, is there a secret base in Dumfries and Galloway? I don't know. That's an area of southern Scotland. I don't know. There may be. Spotted UFO says, I enjoyed the stream you did with Derek Savory in Rendlesham. He said he saw strange things there. Thanks, Spotted UFOs. I enjoyed that too. Derek is he's a good friend of mine. He gave us a really good tour of the area, which I appreciate. Johnny Webb says, Slick Willie. Do you? You should go and see a doctor, mate. James T. Matthews. Larry W. has that effect on people, Mr. Johnny Cage. Bill Clinton is a bleep. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with Johnny, I can't actually repeat what you said for legal reasons, but the stuff about Epstein is going to come out. I mean, no one believes he committed suicide. You saw my live stream on it, I hope. If not, it's recorded. DJ, yeah, I'll be keen to look up what Lawrence Fishburne's doing, yeah. We have a bilingual comment here from the Belarusian person, which I can't. I'm afraid I'm going to have to delete. James says, I believe that George Galloway is a secret base. Well, yeah, he's not saying anything about this, is he, Galloway? George Galloway. And George Galloway, I kind of have a respect for in some ways, but I don't agree with him politically on a lot of things. But I think he's quite cool. He's quite funny. Johnny Webb says Taffy Boy. That's me. James says the Wi-Fi must be free in bathhouses of Rome tonight. Yeah. I think the gelatarians must be doing overtime. Oh, Hugo's being sarcastic. I missed that one, Hugo. But what was it you said? Oh, right, about the base. Yeah, the bases. Yeah. Johnny Webb, will Area 51 use direct energy weapons? They probably have them. I mean, I think they probably have them. Yeah. Yeah, crowd control. The non-lethal things, like that thing that makes you recoil. Yeah, they probably have that. There are some. James says there are interesting directed energy weapons in the bathhouses of Rome. Yeah, that is the all kinds of things there. Yeah. Hugo Room, Ben, don't waste your time explaining. It's boring. Just delete them. Hugo, I am deleting them now. Don't worry. I'm now deleting anyone who posts text in foreign languages. All the Belarusian chap, I'm afraid, is losing his comments until he starts speaking in English. Okay, I don't have time, Mr. Belarusian person, because I just don't. You use Google Translate. You're the guy you've got more time than me. Yeah. Get their inside leg measurements first. Martin, I've enjoyed it tonight. Been here 2.5 hours. Oh, we have, haven't we? Been here 2.5 hours. And so far, I don't stay around that long, so I must have enjoyed it. Well, thank you, Martin. Much appreciated. Okay, just delete that. Right, okay, I'm nearly at the end now. I'm at the bottom now, sort of caught up. So I'll go for as long as, if you guys have some things you want to talk about the subject, I will. Otherwise, I'll maybe call it a night. I think we've done Storm Area 51 to death. If there's some big news event overnight, a massive invasion and lots of shooting and directed energy weapons, I'll do another live stream tomorrow. But I think it's just going to be what it appears to be, which is people having fun, people having a laugh, enjoying the music festival. Diego Rivera says, what about alien infections? Could you catch something from them if you did not use a condom? Well, you could catch something from them. You don't have to spend the night with them in their bed to catch something. I know people who do that. Who knows what kind of alien diseases there could be? I don't know. David Schultz, have you ever seen the TV series called First Wave, 1998-2001, a race of extraterrestrials called the Guar to enslave humanity. The first of 3 waves intent on destroying the human race. No. BM 2018. Do you think Phil Schneider is credible? Yes, I do. I've done an interview with a guy called Darcy Weir on Panmo Radio, who made a very good documentary about Phil Schneider. I think Phil Schneider's the real thing. James Tilly Matthews. Epstein is Woody Allen for the Netflix. Epstein. First of all, I don't believe Woody Allen had a lot of accusations made against him by people who didn't like him. And he never did anything wrong. Woody Allen's very funny. I like him. Epstein is, well, enough said. You've done my video on that. Hugo Room. Ben Welsh is a Saxon word. It means foreigner. Yeah, I heard about that. I was looking up the origins of the word. It's very interesting. Yeah. James. Phil Schneider could find his security clearance with both hands. Right. Yeah. Johnny says, Ben, what do you know about the military police guards at the bottom of the post office tower elevator? Nothing. Are they there? Because the post office tower is shut now. You can't get in it. Really? Let's do another Panwo TV London Truth Tour, I think. DJJDA, enjoy the live stream, Ben. Informative and intriguing as always. Thanks for answering my questions. Where have I heard that name? Vicoactus. Oh, you're on Facebook, aren't you? That's you. Oh, it's the same person, right? James, Alien Grey's Archons. Hugo Rowan, you once said I'm Welsh, not British, but Cymru is British before the fucking English were here. Good, but all right, Hugo. Yeah, right. I am British. You're right. And I know you've got your own. You studied this in detail, and that's true. Yeah, English didn't enter until the early Middle Ages. I don't believe it was actually an influx of people. I believe it was a cultural revolution. The DNA evidence suggests there wasn't a mass immigration at that time, but there was definitely a cultural revolution, new language, new lifestyles and things like that. Now, Britain AD, watch that. It's very good. Ben Perryman, do aliens exist? Yes. In a word. DJ Beto. I've not seen that. Okay. Oh, you're going, Mr. Belarusian. Okay. See you later, Mr. Belarusian person. You're quite well. You can go away if you want, but please do come back. But please do speak English. All right. It's just I don't have time to translate all your foreign texts if you don't want to do them yourself. If you can't speak English, use Google Translate. It looks like you've done that now. So you can post in English, whether you can speak the language or not. Please do so. Mr. Ben Counters is a Dutch Welsh infiltrator, says James. Yes, I am. I am not native to either. I'm not native to England at all. My father is Welsh and my mother is Dutch. Martin Pratt. Next year when you go to Holmfirth, we should meet up for a beer, as I'm not too far from Leeds. Yes, please do, Martin. Ben Perryman. If aliens do exist, aren't they more likely to be mere single-celled organisms? Well, most of them will be, as most organisms on Earth are single-celled organisms. Some of them might be like tardigrades, like strange creatures. James says, hello, Miles. Is Miles here? Is Miles Johnston here? Oh, Miles Johnston, are you there? Johnny Webb, who was the royal court proposing to staff members in Buckingham Palace? Proposing to staff? I don't know. David Schultz, take care of yourself. I'll see you down the road. Until then, I'll see you then, Dave and Valerie. Bye-bye, bye-bye, guys. Thanks for watching all the way from Maine. Thank you. Dallas, Birmingham. Well, evening. Johnny Webb, Das Vidania. That's Russian, yeah. Hugo, I now accept that English are British. They're a product of that British Isles. Yes, they are. In racial terms, there's no real difference between people anywhere on the British Isles. There's a slight tendency towards a Nordic influence in the north and west, from the Vikings and things like that, and from the Danelaw. But apart from that, we're pretty, genetically we're pretty similar. Of course, we have like different cultures, different languages. But Britain AD, I think, convinced me, is the DNA evidence of the grave that the Anglo-Saxon influx of people never happened. it was a cultural revolution. People in the early Middle Ages simply adopted a new culture and language. Diego Rivera, what about the Loch Ness Monster? Oh, they found it, didn't they? They found like an eel. It's some kind of eel. I haven't looked into that in detail, but the Centre for Fortean Zoology have covered this, so I'm very interested in it. They came up with this idea long before this New Zealand bloke came along and stole all the limelight. James says, Mr. Rune, I resent your Germanic countenance on this. Look, there's nothing Germanic. It's something Germanic as a language group, and we speak a Germanic language. I am right now. James says, your Teutonic talk is decidedly anti-Brexit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, you guys are so funny. Yeah. He says, I said the English are Germans. I do speak German to an ex-British army during the Cold War. Because I know you said you were in Germany when you were in the army, Hugo. Yeah, it's English. Germans, if you mean a racial group of people, Germans, English, it's in racial terms. What's the difference? In language terms, there's very little difference because English is a Germanic language. James says, please don't talk about Nicola Sturgeon. Very good. Yes, that big fish ruling Scotland. Has she been invited to the Bilderberg group yet, like Alex Salmond was? Alex Salmon and Nicola Sturgeon. They got fish-like names, haven't they? I think she looks like wee Jimmy Cranky. Do you remember the Crankies? Al Smith, hello. Thanks for broadcasting. What news of the raid? I haven't checked. Nothing's happened while I've been on air, I don't think. Let me just check the BBC homepage. No, there's nothing really. Huge climate protests underway across the US. So that is that's the kind of big thing. It's a massive climate thing. George Soros is obviously on is on a roll here, and he's loads of things to do with climate change in the US. These things are always very well funded, aren't they? But nothing about Area 51 as such. Ben Perryman, should I revise for my exams or carry on watching this live stream? Ben, it's a no-brainer. Carry on watching the bloody live stream. I'll be finishing soon. I can't. I'm getting tired now. I'm going for 3/4 hours. Anyway, Ben, don't get me wrong. Good luck with the exams, mate. But just revise another time. James Webb, DVD win on both sides. You have been watching Michael Shrimpton again, haven't you? The Germans did it. Yeah. James, I think you've gone native, Mr. Rune. Yeah. I should report you to the local you should report to the local re-education centre immediately. Well, I'll be there first, I'll tell you. DJ, I get the train to work every workday and read the Metro. And there've been a lot of there've been a lot of what? UFO woo, yes, woo articles recently. Yes, Paul Armstrong likes the word woo. It's odd, isn't there? I mean, I'm getting the coach to probe. I might read them myself, actually. Johnny Webb, Whether We Leave or Remain. It's DVD. Yeah, I mean, you've got the Michael Shrimpton thing. I know what he says about it all. As long as the French and Germans get to sit in a room and blame each other. Oh, yeah. DJ Beto, the SNP has been infiltrated by fish-based aliens. Yes, like the Nomo, those creatures that the Dogon tribe in West Africa saw. They're fish-like creatures, aren't they? The ones from Sirius B, the invisible planet. Stephen Bliss. Hi, Stephen. Do you think the aliens will share our concept of time? I don't know. It's difficult. As I said in my SETI talk, it's difficult to get inside their heads and know what they're thinking. James says the SNP is one-way ticket to Scottish German. Yeah, I saw that article. Did you see that article? Scotland will enter the EU immediately after independence. And I thought, you can't get a more contradiction in terms than that. Scotland independent joining the EU. That is the original Orwellian 2 + 2 = 5, isn't it? That is what O'Brien wanted from Winston. You mustn't just say it, you've got to believe it. You've got to believe black-white. You've got to believe double thing. 2 + 2 = 5. An independent Scotland in the EU. It can make strong men weep. It really could. Ben Perryman says, Ben, what is the most convincing evidence of alien life you know of? There's many things, Ben. I mean, there's some of the DNA stuff that came from the Star Child skull. If you know, I mean, it's all. Fortunately, the Star Child skull seems to have been co-opted, but Andrew Johnson's done a lot of good stuff. Check theevidence.com. That's very convincing. Rendlesham Forest incident, as of course, is very convincing. There's several others. Oh yeah. I can see Hugo Rune. I think you've had a toke, haven't you, or two? I can tell by you sound it to Hugo. Tony James says Tony Topping is the most convincing evidence of alien life. Tony, I don't know if Tony believes. Tony has interaction with extraterrestrials. I believe him. I think he's for real. Again, he's someone I've got to know personally. I believe him. Green Sky. Nicola Sturgeon's in trouble with her emails. Same as. I don't doubt it. I really don't doubt it. Has she been invited to the Bilderberg group yet? Kentron Chameleon. That's a good name. Hello, Ben. Have you seen an ET spaceship in some sky areas of Earth? Do you want to meet and talk with some friendly ETs? I'd love to meet and talk with friendly ETs. If you know any, give them my email, bennyj74gmx.co.uk. I hope the Zeta Reticuli is on the interwebs. I have seen objects in the sky I can't explain as anything than some kind of extraterrestrial artifact. That's all I can say. I've seen a couple of times. I've seen real things, and in the sky, and I wonder what the hell they are. And they defy explanation. James says, I love to see Miss Sturgeon flash her bacon sandwich. You mean, is that something rude? I think that's something rude. I wouldn't actually. If you mean what I think you mean, I actually wouldn't. Martin Pratt, I'm on sick at the moment and bored shirtless. I might do a live stream on the bus travel. Oh, please do, Martin. It's always fun to do. The more you upload and live stream yourself, that's great. But I hope that being sick off work for a long time is horrible. I know. I mean, people moan about work, but goodness me, when you don't have it. When I didn't have it, I didn't half miss it. I was glad to get back. The live stream thing. But I mean, I hope I've stopped you. I hope I've made you slightly less bored. I really do. I really have. I really hope that. Hugo Rune is writing something in German. I won't delete it because I trust him. I think I trust him. I like him and I trust him. So I keep that there. Despite what I said about foreign language text. Johnny Webb. Can I give a shout out to the Johnny Webb show? Johnny Webb, you've got a show, Johnny. Good for you, mate. The more, the better. Oh, it's from Monty Python. It's a Monty Python thing. Mein Luschwangboot. Oh, right. Oh, Mashlet says something I can't read. You actually... James, something scorching across the Frisian lowlands chasing Germans. You're welcome, Johnny. James, is that Monty Python? I'm getting low on wine. I think we need some more. I'm going to break the 3-hour barrier tonight, obviously. I think I will. I won't break it for very long, though. Got to work tomorrow. Ben says, Ben Perryman, why would the US government want to hide alien life? Oh, my goodness. I think that's it. If I answer that question in full, I'll break the 4-hour barrier and possibly the 5-hour barrier. There are a million reasons why the governments of all across the world would want to hide alien life. And please watch my UFO disclosure series, Ben, if you're new to my channel. I know there's an awful lot there, and I'm sorry about that, but there are no soundbite answers to this. There really are not. There's a huge... I've explored very, very carefully the reasons why... You know what I'm going to do now, don't you? I've explored very carefully the reasons why aliens might... why aliens would be hidden by the government. And that particular question eventually led to this. Roswell Rising, a novel of disclosure. Now, this is a fictional account of the whole thing. It's fictional, but it's about what if. What if we got the truth instead of lies? And please, when you finish your exams, why not treat yourself to a nice read of this when you're getting drunk with your fellow students? You might spare a few quid for this. It's only £10. Price of a bottle of champagne. Let's face it, you'll be drinking 4 or 5 of them that night, won't you? So please, Ben Perryman, please do pick up a copy of Roswell Rising, a novel of disclosure. I'm really, that is the most shameless plug ever, isn't it? It really is. To a poor guy who's studying for exams. Master, please shout out Extinction Rebellion. There's no Planet B. No, I will call out Extinction Rebellion. Call them out. I know they're. It looks like they're behind the thing in the United States right now. That's BBC headlines at the moment, not Storm Area 51. I call them out. Please watch my video on Extinction Rebellion. I actually went to one of their meetings. Oh, there's a huge. It's on the live. Oh, there's a massive amount of stuff on the. There's a massive amount of material on the BBC. Someone's taking the piss out of Dr. Jordan Peterson here. They've got a placard. Sorry, I can't clean my room. I'm busy saving the world. Oh, right. Someone's taking the piss out of Dr. Jordan Peterson. So, yeah, Extinction Rebellion are a New World Order front. And they're there to try and create a resource-based economy, Agenda 21. Watch my video about it. Why not? DJ, get yourself another Amstel. Yes, I'm going to get myself another glass of wine. Actually, guys, hope you don't mind. I'm going to nip to the bog again. I won't be 2 minutes. I'm back. So I've got a fridge in my room. I have a drinks chiller in my room, which actually it's right. I've got a nice fridge with a drinks chiller. Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? Where was I now? Okay. So I've got myself a bit more wine. Yes. If I'm going to cross the 3-hour barrier, I better. Get yourself another Amstel DJ. Cheers. James says, all right, because America are aliens. Hugo says, it was wrong by... He's in... Oh, right, we're talking about Monty Python again. Martin Pratt, Ben, my name on Facebook is... Oh, yes. I recognise your name. Thanks very much. Thanks for letting me know. I do recognise your name. Johnny Webb, Mr. Janus and Val and his brother. Mr. Janus was the guy who's Air Marshal Sir Peter Horsley met, didn't he? He met an alien. This is a guy who, he was a World War II ace, flew Spitfires and Hurricanes and things. And he was also on the organising committee of NATO. He was the head of Strike Command, which basically means he had his finger on the nuclear button. So they don't just often. It's not a job that anyone can apply for. You've got to, your mental health is very seriously considered. So he was one of the most level-headed, mentally sane people on Earth. And he reports he met an alien. He met an alien in a house in London. Yeah. Mo Lester. Hello, Mo. Ben Perryman. Roswell Rising takes top spot on my to-read list. Well, thank you, Ben. Thank you very much. And I hope you enjoy it. I really do. I really do. In fact, if you, I'll send you a signed copy if you get in touch with me. BennyJ74@gmx.co.uk. If you're happy to pay postage and packing, you'd have to pay Amazon for that. Otherwise, you can order it off Amazon, but I will send one to you signed if you want. Marshlet, would you prefer this planet to be destroyed? No. That's why I'm doing this, Marshlet. That's why I got this. That's why I got a Panmo TV. James, you won't hear any juicy straining. I was out the room, definitely. James says, maybe we should start farming Americans. No need. They're very good at farming themselves. James, I'm very discreet. Must be dehydrated pebble territory. Oh dear. Have you got a spy camera in my bog? Winslow. Hello, Winslow. How are you? Thanks for joining us. Better late than never. He says, I'm just about to drink a nice IPA called Pride and Joy. Most co-ops sell it. However, you just nipped to the Kazi, or you may never discover this comment, or will you? I've discovered it, and I hope you enjoy it. If they had one called Pride and Dignity, we could call it Hospital Porter's Ale, couldn't we? But anyway, cheers, Winslow. James Tilling, going for a handshake. Don't be foul, honestly. Is Ben sponsored by PG Tips? Oh, you can see my tea bags, can't you, when I stand up? I should charge him for bloody advertising, shouldn't I? Shill Stompers, hello. Scott Henderson and I have conducted the first film experiment after what we just witnessed. Looks like a doomsday for NASA and their fan club. Hey, Shill Stompers, are you now you're talking about Apollo Detectives? Scott was on the Apollo Detectives, wasn't he? You were the one who made those songs, weren't you? Did you? You were the one who made the songs that Scott sent to me. They're really good. I really like the songs. Yeah. Martin Pratt. Okay, you're off. I'm off. Our lass wants me to go to bed. Enjoyed it tonight. Well, matrimonial commands. You know what it is like, Martin. I know exactly. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. And Martin, thanks for posting, and thanks for getting in touch on Facebook. And I'm glad you enjoyed the show tonight. There's still 60 people watching. We're almost at bloody 3 hours, and there's 60 people watching. James says, Ben is sponsored by Dutch Lager. Am I? Oh, I don't think so. I mean, it's just Tesco's wine, actually. Night, Martin. Beer o'clock. Yeah, exactly. Every day. James, I have Gibbous Moon Cam. Mr. Gibbous Moon Cam. All right. Oh, Mindset Central. Hello, Gareth. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Tune into the Mindset podcast this Sunday. I'll be on it. Green Sky. The Dark Journalist is sore on David Wilcock and Curry Good. Well, to be honest, I think those guys talk a lot of, and not. I don't think everything they say is rubbish, but a lot of it is. I don't regard either of those guys or Aaron McCollum or any of these other people. I don't regard them as serious researchers or sources of information. This doesn't mean I ignore them. I've watched 2-hour lectures by those guys, both of them, and I'm interested in what they have to say. But I'm afraid I don't consider them sort of reliable. I'm afraid, and I agree with the dark journalist. I mean, I think I don't get nasty with people, but I do agree with him on that. Where are we? Starman. Oh, I like that, Stephen. Stephen, hello. Star Plum, it's nice, isn't it? That's a nice, like, wheat beer. It's very nice. No Holmfirth ales. Oh, were you at Holmfirth? Did I meet you? James, damn right. We can see your tea bags when you stand up. I get through quite a lot of them, you know. I do like tea. When I don't have this drink, I don't drink wine all the time. I only at weekends. Diego Rivera, have you ever asked Russell the alien why he is here? Yes, I did, and he said that he was here to help me make a Panmo TV video simply by standing in the background. He comes from a small, lonely planet somewhere in the western spiral arm of the galaxy, and he loves being here with me. And in fact, the original Russell said that, and so did his clone. Because as you know, I actually, the original Russell had a bit of an accident, which I was involved in. I actually punctured him because I sat on him, and there was a knife and fork underneath him, and I punctured him. And I couldn't fix him, so I had to call Area 51 and get one of his clones. Which is nice. John O'Neill, hello from Ireland. Hello, John. How are you? James says David Wilcock is 1,000% true, but then again, I was married to Simon Parkes in 5D space. So what do I know? Diego Rivera, do you like my alien face? Oh, is that? Yeah, you drew that. I can just see it in your avatar. That is the Virginia alien, isn't it? Stephen, you even flogged me a third book. Did I, Stephen? Oh, right. Well, hello. Yes, I think I remember you. Yes. I'm glad. I hope you enjoy it. Hugo, I have a shameful admission. I've been drinking Stella. Today, my close friends advised me to go to San Miguel. They worry about Stella. Stella's very strong. I don't know how well it mixed with the Wacky Backy, but anyway, her Panmo tea bag. Oh, God. You people are really disgusting. You're like refuse porters. Nothing says the actualization of the climate changing isn't because of you. I thought that I was a carbon footprint, and I had to reduce my carbon footprint to the point where I can't even fart in public. Stephen, watching on TV, but popped up to say hello in chat. Oh, hi, Stephen. Back to TV to watch now. Oh, fair enough, Stephen. Don't forget to read the book. But thanks for buying a copy. James, the climate doesn't indeed change when Mr. Ben Counters reveals his tea bag. Oh, right. The tea bags are the cause, aren't they? Yeah. Hey, Diego Rivera, yeah. That Virginia case was incredible. I think it's real. Hugo says, I think only morons drink Stella. It's really nasty stuff. I noticed that some of the people who caused trouble at the Brexit thing the other week, it was last week, they were on the Stella. And as I said at the time, you know, they should ban. Organisers shouldn't allow that. Johnny Webb says, because it's probably tea, coffee, sugar, and slavery. Oh, my goodness me, Johnny. Have you been to some kind of gender studies course at university? Are you going to tell me to check my privilege? Are you going to tell me I have to, like, put chains on in class and things like that? Oh, God. James says, Corey Good was my youth worker during the Draco Rebellion. He was a stickler for personal hygiene. Well, maybe I've misjudged him, James. Yeah, maybe I've misjudged him. God blimey, it's 3 hours, 5 minutes. Oh, dear. Are you guys, Sauna says Stella isn't called wife beater for nothing. It's people who get drunk and then get violent. I mean, I get drunk occasionally, but I'm a happy drunk. I don't get violent. You know? John, right. Oh, 69 Phuket, hello. Hi all, what's the story, Morning Glory? Oh my goodness. That's a bit personal, isn't it? Hugo says he's going back to the pale ales. Yeah. Pride and joy. Have some of that pride and joy that Winslow Burnett is having. Singing hallelujah, says Phuket. You guys, do you want? Is it all right if we call it a night now? I think we've covered everything, haven't we? Don't be PC, says Johnny. Right. Nothing as it seems. Korean kids remind me of Jonathan Sather. No, Jordan Sather. And Jordan Sather is like really interesting because he gets a lot of the 2016 stuff, which the others don't. Do you remember me saying in my UFO disclosure video, I was protesting about how he had been banned from contacting the desert, or his video, he couldn't get his video out of them from his talk. He gets a lot of the 2016 stuff. So Jordan Sather is, I mean, I don't think Jordan Sather is anything like Corey Good. I mean, they don't really, they seem to be completely different, actually. Yes, take a leaf from Ben Counter's tea, says James. And James says that Phuket is his yoga teacher. Really? It's all getting very, very incestuous, this chat box, I must say. Green Sky would love Simon Parkes to come out with a book on the Jinn reptilians and James Tilly Matthews' 5D experience. I would too, especially the James stuff. I'd love to know all more about that. Now, guys, do you mind if I call it a night now? I think we've done this. We've done a good service. I think we've covered the whole issue. Can I say, if you are going along, if you are at the event now, you may be watching this on your phone when you're at the event. Because I guess the concert it's now going to be about 2 p.m. where this is going on. Enjoy the concert, enjoy the music, have a dance, have a drink. But please, please, don't go near Area 51. You may not come back alive. Please don't. The best that can happen is you'll get a massive, you'll get a couple of days in jail and a massive fine. Johnny, thanks for tuning in, mate. Thank you very much. Night Sauna. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Night Hugo. Thanks for posting once again. I think you're the most regular poster, and I appreciate that. So thanks, Hugo. Night Denise. Welcome, Denise. Hello, Denise. How are you? Night. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And Dallas Birmingham. And DJ B2. And Josie Dorothy. Hello. Night. Josie, thanks for joining. I'm about to close, but thank you very much. Night, Gareth. See you Sunday. Night, Paul Armstrong. All of you in chat box, you've been great. You couldn't do this without you, man. I mean, I've crossed the 3-hour barrier. If it was just me talking to myself, I wouldn't cross the 20-minute barrier. So thank you, all of you, for making this show what it is. And there'll be another live stream soon. What's coming up a lot? Rich, good night from Stoke. Thank you, Rich. There may be another video before Probe. I've got a lot to do this week, preparing for my talk at Probe. If there is a video before next weekend, before when I get back from Probe, it'll be a short one, a very short one. But I might be able to do one. If not, I'll be doing a reportage of Probe, including my talk. So please do tune in for that. That'll be sometime the week after next. But if you don't hear anything from me for a while, don't worry. I haven't gone away. Okay, so if you don't hear me for a week or so, don't worry. God bless Green Sky and James Tilly Matthews. Oh, good night all. And a classic line, keep your thighs to the skies and your ear to the ground. I will try, James. I really will. It sounds very exciting, and I will try. 90-0 in California. Yeah, if you still got time to jump on a train and get there, it's 90 Diego Rivera. Dave Force, hello. Another Italian. Oh my goodness. Sorry, Dave, we're just leaving. Night Winslow. Oh, great. Yeah, take care, Sauna. It's been a good live stream. I'll post it. I'll post a link on social media to the recording of this. I hope you've all enjoyed it. You've all been great, and I've been Ben. Good night. God bless all of you, and take care. Here's the disclosure. Here's the truth about Area 51. Just don't try to get the truth yourself unless you know what you're doing. That's what I'm saying.